Good evening, everybody. We are live from Eden Prairie Stadium as tonight the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, for the first time in 5 seasons, have advanced to the final round of Section 6 AA. Good evening, everybody. Along with Daryl Sellers, Mark Schultz with you. Daryl, we feel everyone connected with Bloomington football feels that the Jaguars have gone over a pretty big hurdle last week in beating Apple Valley 35-21, not only because it was at their place, but mainly because Burnsville and Apple Valley have given Jefferson such problems over the past 6, 7, 8 years. Being those two teams twice this year certainly is going to add to the attitude coming into tonight's game.
Yes, those have been obstacles they couldn't overcome. Either team losing close games last year, but this year beating both might be a sense of foreboding what lies ahead for the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. And now they have the Prairie, the tight game.
The Jaguars game, of course, the polls are basically gone at this point, but Eden Prairie has maintained their number one ranking for much of the season, basically the whole second half, the first time that has happened. We talk about Jefferson making a real important game. This is the first time ever that Eden Prairie has made it this deep into postseason play.
Yeah, last year they lost Jason Kapsner after 4 games when they were playing Burnsville on this field. He ran onto the field for the pregame, broke his foot, and that pretty much spelled the end of the season, even though they won against Apple Valley, the eventual champions, in '93, and they had some other good contests. They finished 6-3 and lost to Rosemont in the quarterfinals. This year they have everybody back. Kapsner is healthy, and of course Leroy McFadden, the top scorer in the metro area. So now they're really making a run at a shot at the title.
And, of course, Leroy McFadden, the first time around, gained 195 yards against the Jaguars. He did it on about 35 carries, though, so if you get the ball enough, eventually you'll get your numbers. But McFadden is definitely the one to watch tonight. And a big question, Jefferson's defense playing so well all year long. They were ranked third in total scoring and only giving up 9.5 points per game. The feeling is that basically if you can shut McFadden down and make Kapsner beat you, Jefferson's chances to win the game are not too bad.
Yeah, that would augment their chances, as Jefferson's defense has really been stingy all year long, and only giving up 13 points in the first game to Eden Prairie is a testament of that. And they'll be facing that task at hand again tonight if they can make Kapsner put the ball in the air more than he'd like to and kind of clamp down on McFadden like Burnsville did last week. They'll have a good shot at doing the things they want to do defensively.
And speaking of doing the things they wanted to do, that's what the Jefferson offense basically did against Apple Valley last Saturday night, scoring 35 points and creating 6 turnovers, 3 fumbles, 3 interceptions. Derek Rackley had some decent numbers, but the Jefferson defense was all over him. But on the offensive side, Brant Grimes was terrific, scored a couple of times, rushed 12 times for 85 yards. And if he has a good night, Jefferson's chances are pretty good.
Yeah, he generally, when he has a good night, they do well. He's good in the secondary, special teams. He blocked another kick against Edina a couple games ago, and he's good on offense. He can throw, he can run, and they just have so many weapons that they really like to bring out on the field. And when they're able to utilize some of their multi-talented weapons, that really gives other teams fits, and they've done that all season long.
The winner of this game will be at host for the quarterfinals of the state high school tournament. They will play the winner of the Cretin-Durham Hall Mounds View game, which is tonight as well. So if a big matchup, of course, if Jefferson wins, they will be hosting Cretin-Durham Hall in what should be a terrific game.
Yeah, it'd be a great matchup. Cretin-Durham Hall lost Vertus Webb a couple weeks ago, one of the top backs in the state, but they haven't lost a beat, bringing in Gerald Gray Jr., and they have other backs. They're just so deep. That would really be a great matchup, but we want to get this game underway. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but that would be one of the greatest matchups in recent years.
The Jaguars and the Eagles will set to do it up, and the winning team will advance on to the quarterfinals of the state high school tournament. When we come back, we'll have the Eden Prairie Marching Band along with tonight's starting lineups and the opening kickoff right after this. You're watching Jaguar football on BEC Television.
So, whose influence are you under?
And the Eagles huddling at the 40-yard line for last-minute instructions before tonight's game. As we mentioned in the opening, this is the deepest in the playoff round. The Jaguars have made it in 5 years. Eden Prairie has never made it to the sectional final. Huh? And now we are just about ready to go. Daryl can't hear me. Daryl can't hear me. The kickoff is elected to receive as we. The Eagles will kick off. And back to receive it, Kenyatta Bolden on the left, Brant Grimes on the right, and we are just about ready to go. Andy Shiesel will tee it up for the Eagles, and we are underway. Deep kick down the middle, and Grimes will touch it back into the end zone, and the Jaguars will start at 1st and 10 from their 20. As we saw the introductions, Jefferson will start with the ball. Doug Hoffert will get the starting call tonight at quarterback for Jefferson. We'll see how long that lasts, giving Stan Shea's QB rotation this year, Daryl, but Hoffert's certainly coming off a good game against Apple Valley.
Yes, we saw how he struggled in the Edina game, only completing 2 of 12 passes, but resurrected his performance in the win over Apple Valley. Let's see if he can continue it here tonight in this big contest.
Strong left wing T formation for the Jaguars on 1st and 10. It'll be Grimes off the right side, and Grant gets a crack, slides up to the 25, and before he is wrapped up and taken down by the left side of that Eagle defense led by number 59, Travis O'Neill.
Travis O'Neill had a big fumble recovery last week to help Eden Prairie seal things against Burnsville. One of the mainstays on defense, along with Joe Guevara. They're strong up front, pretty mobile. Good 5-yard gain, though, by Grimes, 2nd and 5 from the 25.
Gibbs wide to the near side again. Wing formation as Hoffert is under center. Bolden in motion. He gets the carry. Kenyatta tries the outside, gets a block still on his feet. Wrapped up and dropped by O'Neill again on a nice play, but he picks up 4, and it becomes 3rd and 1.
And our first 3rd down situation is good tackle there by O'Neill. Kenyatta Bolden coming back after sitting out earlier in the region play. Came back against Apple Valley, had to sit out. They really like to have him back as he's good performer on offense, and it's their punter. 3rd down and short, less than 1 at the 29.
Gibbs slot to the right side on 3rd and short, and Hoffert will give to Tia. Tia will not have the 1st down as he couldn't break the tackle from, I believe it was O'Neill, or make that rather number 21 for Eden Prairie. That's Jared Albers making the stop, and it's 4th down, and Jefferson will punt.
That time Haktia, instead of turning it inside, he went a little bit too wide. Play that was meant to go straight ahead. Tried to break it outside a little further, and I'm sure the offense would have liked his scene, and he couldn't get the corner. Albers cut him off. Bolden with the first punt of the evening.
And it'll be Jeff Hahn on the left, and on the right is Sutera, Rob Sutera. And it'll be make that number 19, Hahn to the right side. Hahn is an opening. Hahn to the 40, Hahn to the 30. They're not going to get him. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Well, the contain was broken. Pretty good punt, even though it was low by Kenyatta Bolden. He slipped the first couple of tackles, had a pretty good wedge. A couple of players outside of their lanes, and he really didn't have much resistance after the first 2 would-be tacklers.
So Hahn breaks off a 50, or make it a 62-yard return, unofficially. And Shiza will try the point after the place. The kick is definitely long enough that it's right down the middle. So Eden Prairie, before even running an offensive play, has got 7 on the board. And Jefferson, this is the first time they've been behind in all of postseason play, so we'll see how they respond, as the Eagle faithful is certainly happy about that one.
They knew it was going to be a challenge. They didn't expect to have to face a momentum swing this early. After getting the ball first, having a chance to maybe gain some early control, they weren't able to do so. And before Eden Prairie even gets a chance with their high-powered offense, the special teams came through for them with Jeff Hahn scoring on a big punt return. And now Jefferson has to answer the bell, as Eden Prairie, once they gain control, can really permeate that throughout a game, and they don't want that to happen here. They're going to have to come back at least with a good drive, kind of counteract what has happened with just the early part of the first quarter elapsing.
Hahn officially with a 68-yard punt return for the touchdown, so let's see if Jefferson can respond right away. They went 3-0, of course, on their first series of downs. And again, Bolden will be on the left. Grimes will be on the right. And Shiesel, who's demonstrated a pretty good leg, gets it away again. And Bolden will take it at the 1. Kenyatta across the 5, the 10, gets to the 15, still on his feet to the 20, 25, turns it up the near side across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And that's where Jefferson will start it on their second series of downs, 1st and 10. Last man breaking down Kenyatta there too before going out of bounds.
Yes, they had that one set up pretty well. Kenyatta was able to get outside the wedge, get outside one man, and he would have answered that. Back-to-back kick returns for a touchdown, but in pretty good field position now offensively. Jefferson takes charge again.
Spotted at the 32, 1st and 10, wing formation again, and this will be Bolden off the right side, and Kenyatta picks up a block, breaks a tackle, and is drilled out of bounds on the near side at the 36-yard line. And getting over to make the hit was Gerald Albers again. Albers, who made a nice tackle on Tia on 3rd and short the last time out, brings down Bolden after a 4-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 6.
You'll see a lot of option type of plays, a lot of motion there. They're running the counter tray. They'll bring Grimes and Bolden in motion and pull their guard and tackle, try to get extra blocking to pop their runners outside.
Give him 5 on the carry, 2nd and 5, and the give is to Grimes off the right side. Brandt trying to get around the corner. He does. The 40, pulled out of bounds at the 45, I believe. 44-yard line is where they'll mark it. In any case, he has a first down, and they give him the 45 as he picks up 8 on the carry, and it's 1st and 10.
That'll be the challenge for Eden Prairie's defense, to see if they can keep Grimes and Bolden inside, as they'll try to stretch the defense, going to the perimeters of either side, this time going right after going left with Bolden, and successive plays to bring up a first down.
From the 45, 1st and 10, and Hofford on a play action will roll to the left, wants to run, turns it inside, and gets a couple before being dropped pretty viciously by O'Neill, but making the play for Eden Prairie, though, and really stopping it up was number 38, Matt Morenweiser. And it's a short gain of 2, and it's 2nd and 8.
O'Neill already with 3 tackles, as they're going to be keying on some of the quarterback option runs, as I'm sure they've been schooled on Grimes and also Hofford. Hofford had 74 yards against Edina running the ball 8 times, and he's shown the ability to not only throw the ball, but he has a propensity to run, and he likes that option for himself.
Grimes in motion to the far side. They come on a strong right. Gibbs out wide on 2nd and 8, and Hofford is back, wants to throw, does, and it is caught by Gibbs at the 44-yard line. Matt making the grab, make that check that. That's Dan Brown, number 23. Brown with the grab at the Eagle 44-yard line, and another first down for Jefferson, their 2nd of the game.
Just a little seam route. Brown, situation receiver that time, finding the little hole in the zone, picking up a good 9-yard gain on the first pass of the evening. Offered connecting with Brown there for the 2nd first down, and Jefferson trying to answer.
Jaguars on the move. Grimes off the right side. Brandt has the 40, still on his feet, and he is finally wrapped up and dropped as he gets to the 39 before being gang tackled by a flock of Eagles, led by number 66, Justin Bridge. Bridge is 6'5", 245-pound senior. Has been getting some Division I interest as well as a number of players from the Eden Prairie squad. Obviously, Leroy McFadden is one, but another one to watch tonight as well for the Eagles. A.J. Tippy's another one. Jacob Walters gets some interest as well. But Bridge is the one who's possibly a blue chipper. 2nd and 5 from the 39. Hofford on the play action, has time. He looks, he throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for Sinclair at the 25. Pass was a little tall, and it's 3rd and 5.
They brought the tight end on a deep seam that time. Sinclair has really had a good tail end of the season, having 3 receptions against Apple Valley. Had a big reception against Edina. And he and Gibbs have really come to the forefront here as Hofford has not only chosen Grimes and Bolden as receivers, he spread the ball out well. That time just a little bit too strong, 3rd and 5.
Brown to the near side on 3rd and 5, and Hofford again on the play action. Well, bootleg it, and Hofford, I believe, has the first down. As he ran a play action bootleg to the right, he gets to the 32-yard line, and that will be a Jefferson first down, their 3rd of the drive. Hofford with a gain of 7, I believe.
I believe they will give him about 7 there as the first down signified there. As you see Hofford taking the second option, seeing no one open downfield. Second carry already for 9 yards. And the 3rd first down of the drive keeps the drive continuing here.
8th play of the drive as Bolden in motion to the near side on 1st and 10. Counter to Grimes. Brandt to the 25. Still on his feet inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Brought down by that Eden Prairie secondary. We'll check the name on the tackle, but Grimes has another 10 yards, or make that 14 yards, and another Jefferson first down.
Grant Grimes has to be one of the most multifaceted players in the state. Good running back. He can receive the ball. He can pass. Great secondary man. Great special teams player. He just does it all. 4 carries, 31 yards, and another Jefferson first down.
Gain of 13 for Grimes with that one from the 19, and it will be Grimes again off the right side. Still on his feet inside the 15 down to the 12, 13-yard line. Picks up some pretty decent yardage, about 5 or 6 more, and it'll be 2nd and about 5.
Just going off the right side. Getting good blocking from Kane and Hansen. Picking up good first down yardage has been the key in this drive. Averaging at least 4 or 5 yards a pop. Grimes being the workhorse here in this drive. 2nd down and 5. They give him 5 on that. Mark it at the 14.
10th play of the drive. From the 14, again, strong left. Brown way wide of the near side, and Grimes on a counter, still on his feet. Brandt gets inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8-yard line, very near a first down. In fact, from where they're spotting it, it should be goal to goal. I believe he's at the 8. As you see, we've gotten our visual back now.
See, just once again, they're running a trap inside. They run that play at least 3 times in the drive. Grimes getting good blocking, able to choose his hole. And they mark the ball at the 7-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal to go at that point. Grimes now 42 yards on 6 carries.
Jefferson on the door, ready to tie the game from the 7 on 1st and goal. It'll be Grimes off the right side. Grimes to the 5, still on his feet, and he is knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. Picks up about maybe 4 yards. They're spotting it around the 4 or the 3-yard line, where it'll become 2nd and, let's say, I think it is the 4-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and down.
Side handoff to Grimes, trying to squeeze out as much yards as he can. They really run the ball well in this drive. 2 passes only in this drive, and they're on the doorstep right now.
7 carries, 46 yards for Grimes so far. From the 3-yard line, it'll be Bolden, and he is stacked up in the middle. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be about it. Trying to test the interior of that Eden Prairie defense and finding it pretty tough on that play, and it becomes 3rd down from the 3-yard line.
Really stacked the line that time. They brought the cornerback Derek Steneman to help out that time. Going to the well again, this time bringing Bolden on a little trap play. That time Eden Prairie stood their ground very well. In fact, he loses a yard on that play, making it 3rd down and goal from the 3.
13th play of the drive. Just under 5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Eagles up by 7 as Hofford is under center. Bolden in motion. Hofford play actions. Looks, goes for the end zone.
Not quite there, I don't believe.
Nope, he's going to be short as he is at about the 1-foot line. And on 4th down, we get our first important decision of the night. And I would have to think Jefferson's just going to go for it.
In a big game like this, you just want to try to pound the ball, and especially after giving up a touchdown early. It's just a situation where you feel you really earned your way here. You want to prove that you can overcome situations like this and put the ball in the end zone.
14th and last play of the drive. 4th and goal from the 1. Strong left, double tight end. Sent Hoffert will keep, and he scores! Doug Hoffert takes it over from 1 yard out and caps off a 14-play, 68-yard drive and gives Jefferson a badly needed touchdown to even this game. Pending the point after,
yes.
Of course.
Wondering if they could counter with a touchdown after Hahn's punt return, and that question was answered. The well-sustained drive, mostly on the ground, showing they can establish that part of the game will do wonders for their passing game. See if they can tie with the extra point.
Maxwell with the point after the snap to place the kick is right down the center. And with 4:06 to go opening quarter, Jefferson has tied this game at 7.
Jefferson has come into this game winning 7 in a row. Kind of mirrors last year. They had won 6 in a row getting into the semifinals against Burnsville. And also, both years they had lost 2 of their first 3 games. And they came back to finish strong. A good sign that a team is really coming to the forefront when the games really count near the end of the season. Jefferson's done that 2 years in a row. This year hoping to go even further. And they've done that already, and they want to see how far they can ride out this wave. They've gone past Apple Valley, and now they have another hurdle, their quest to make it to the quarterfinals of the state.
All time against Eden Prairie, they are 1-1. Teams are pretty evenly matched. The opening game of this year, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Eden Prairie won by 6. Jefferson won by 1 last year late in the season. A terrific game, winning 23-22. Late touchdown pass from Lane Kiffin to Dave Watson, covering 11 yards was the difference.
Yeah, defense played well in that game, holding Jay Foreman under 50 yards.
And Leroy McFadden about the same. Maxwell gets it a liner down the middle, and it is picked up by Brandon Mackey. Mackey trying to get outside. He is wrapped up and dropped at the 26-yard line. And Eden Prairie will start their first offensive series of the night there from the 26, 1st and 10.
We've played almost all the first quarter, and Eden Prairie has not taken a snap from center. It's following that punt return. Jefferson held the ball for about 6 minutes and 14 plays. And now Eden Prairie will finally get a chance to showcase their offense.
This will be a good test tonight. The Eagle offense against the Jaguar defense. This is McFadden up the middle, and Leroy McFadden gets about 2 yards as he reaches the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. Brought down on the near side by Travis Johansson, number 69, and it's 2nd and about 8 to go. Give him a 2-yard carry.
Burnsville did a good job clamping down on Leroy McFadden, holding him under plus yardage for his first few carries and under 60 yards.
This is McFadden. He fumbles the ball, and it's going to be recovered by the Jaguars at the 23-yard line. And we talked about this all year with Jefferson. Not real impressive as far as stats defensively, but boy, do they create turnovers, and in a bunch.
Yeah, they create them like no team probably, at least in the metro area. Not only the turnovers, the special teams with the block punts. That time covering the ball was Tom Erickson. His snap and the pitch to Leroy McFadden not handled. Jefferson getting another opportunity here to take the lead late in the first quarter.
Spot the ball at the Eagle 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Strong right, Grimes in motion to the far side as Hoffert will take the snap, turns it inside. Doug still on his feet as he crosses the 20 to the 17-yard line before being wrapped up by number 22 for the Eagles. It's Yama Azizi. Along with some help from Brian Mackey as well.
You see there, Hoffert getting a good block from Bart McGee that held up the nose guard long enough for him to cut the ball inside and gain 4 yards. A little play like that really netted him some good yards with some good blocking.
Spot the ball at the 17-yard line, and it's second down, and he countered a Bolden. Kenyatta turns it inside to the 15, inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. And here come the Jaguars again. They'll be goal to goal from the 7, ready to take the lead.
6 first downs to none for Eden Prairie is the advantage that Jefferson really brings to the field. They have 2 backs that you can call like scat backs. They're both very quick. They can run inside the tackles. They can also get outside. And there you see Kenyatta Bolden gaining 10 yards. Well, they'll give him 9, marking it at the 8.
Bolden now 4 carries for 18 yards from the 8. It'll be Kenyatta again. Bolden to the 5, turns it inside and is pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line before getting pushed out again by Azizi, or make that Jared Albers. Gain of, let's see, will this spotted at the 3.
Yes, they do. Paul Kane, good block there. Bolden trying to leap for some extra yardage, already out of bounds and was guided out of bounds. Picking up 5 yards there, second down and goal from the 3. Just under 2 minutes to go. Jefferson trying to take the lead here.
Score tied at 7 from this 3, second and goal. And this will be Grimes. Grimes to the right side. Brandt headed for the flag, and he's not going to get there as he is forced out of bounds.
Yes, he's in.
Oh, he does?
Made the far side.
All right, he did sneak in the corner. I thought he got forced out at the 5, but he does get in as Azizi couldn't push him out prior to. So Grimes gets into the end zone from 3 yards out.
You see Grimes had to use all the field there as they tried to stretch it out, but he had enough room to get into the corner of the end zone, give Jefferson the 13-7 lead.
Mike Maxwell with the point after attempt. The hold by Brown. The kick is right down the middle, and with 1:50 to go in the opening quarter, Jefferson now has the 7-point advantage. And of course, that the big play on that drive, if you will, was of course the McFadden fumble, but Bolden got 9 yards on a carry. 4-yard, or I should say a 4-play drive rather, covering 23 yards. Gives the Jaguars their second touchdown of the evening. And they certainly made the turnovers hurt last week, getting 21 points off of turnovers.
Yes, Apple Valley really sealed their fate with that, and Eden Prairie might face that same predicament if they continue this trend. We've seen in this early part of the game, the first quarter mark, Jefferson's really going to challenge Eden Prairie, not only stopping the run, but to stop it inside and outside, as they're showing a myriad of running plays. And so far, Eden Prairie has not been able to contain Bolden and Grimes. That combination netting nearly 75 yards here in the first quarter alone.
It'll be interesting to see if the defense can create more interceptions. Jason Kapson, of course, the outstanding junior quarterback for the Eagles, has the distinction of 2 things. 1, never losing as a starter. 2, has not thrown an interception on the varsity level.
Yes, and Coach Mike Grant likes to pound the ball. They limit the times he throws the ball. They really like to feature the run as much as they can.
And Maxwell's kickoff is picked up by Rick Rose. Rose gets out to about the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. And that's where Eden Prairie will start the second drive of the game.
Well, offensive plays. Eden Prairie only able to run 2, both to McFadden, the second one with that ill-fated fumble. Now Eden Prairie, late in the first quarter, trying to see if they can get something offensively established.
Chad Schwant to the near side, and this will be Mackey up the middle. Gets across the 35 all the way up to the 37-yard line. I think that Jake, that was Mackey, the ball carrier. Picks up 6 and second and 4.
Jefferson's defense really strong in the middle with Adam Heisman, the nose guard surrounding him on the tackles, Johansson and Grussing, but that linebacking core really strong too in the secondary. And can't forget the ends, Richards and Christopher.
McFadden up the middle, and he is stopped just shy of the 40-yard line. Reaches the 39, and before being brought down by Mike Wagner, along with some help from Adam Heisman, and it becomes 3rd and 3. And Bloomington people, of course, should have a faint memory of Leroy McFadden. McFadden at one time was a Kennedy kid.
Yes, he was.
There's
Moved
a
out
freshman
to the Eden Prairie School District. You see him get the short carry there. 3rd down and about 2, just at the 40-yard line.
30 seconds to go in the quarter. Give to McFadden, and I don't know if he got it. Maybe he did on the third effort. He spun his way out of a couple of tackles. They'll bring the ball out to the 43-yard line. That's good enough for Eden Prairie's first down of the night.
Thing that's well publicized by Leroy McFadden, the first man, rarely bringing him down. 6'2", 220 pounds, actually 6'3", 220. He's a load to bring down, and that time twisting and turning, got that extra yard to pick up the first down for Eden Prairie.
Here comes McFadden around the right side, and he is dropped for a loss back at the 38-yard line. Lost about a yard, and making the play for the Jaguars was Mike Wagner.
Wagner and Erickson coming in on the linebacker blitz. They are going to have to do that once in a while to clamp down on McFadden as the first quarter ends.
We are at the end of the first 12 minutes of play at Section 6AA final action from Eden Prairie. The score, the Jaguars lead at 14-7. We'll head to the second quarter. You're watching Jefferson football on BEC Television, the station of champions.
Someone out there needs help, and you've decided to save them. Every year, thousands of people die waiting for organ and tissue transplants. To be a donor, even if you've signed something, you must tell your family now so they can carry out your decision later. Otherwise, it's like throwing a 12-foot rope to someone who's 15 feet away. Share your life. Share your decision.
Score at the end of one quarter. We are at Eden Prairie Stadium. Third year of this facility. Pretty nice place. It is second and 10. Second and a long 10 from the 44. Kapsner is back for his first pass of the evening. Dumps the screen to Mackey. Breaks one tackle, but he is wrapped up and thrown out of bounds by Wagner. The play will gain maybe a yard. In fact, we'll call it no gain. And it becomes third and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Slowing down that play was Keith Thompson, just missing the tackle. As Dan Richards getting in on Kapsner on the screen. He forced Mackey to chop up his steps there. And he was stopped for just, they will give him no gain. So that's one completion for no yards. They only have 6 total yards on this third down and 10 from the 44.
Third and 10, it's Eden Prairie hustling, trying to get their offensive set, and Anderson in the game now at the slot to the right side. Kapsner is back. He'll play action, and he looks and he throws over the middle and is caught. Fumbled, and it's recovered by Jefferson at the 40-yard line. As making the grab was Nate Lovis, the tight end, but he got popped, I believe, either by Wagner or by Erickson. We'll check the replay. Lost the ball, and the Jaguars have recovered their second fumble of the night.
Let's look at that pass once again. Lovis instantaneously hit there. Can't quite catch the number, but Jefferson coming up with their second turnover in just over a quarter. Pretty good field position. Not as good as last time, but they'll take over at the 40.
Well, we'll take that spot anytime. Jefferson from their own 40 as they start their third possession of the night. Up by 7. Strong left, Hofford under center. Now the Eagles shift as Hofford will roll to the right side. And now dumps to Grimes. Now we got a flag, and we're probably going to have a hold here on Jefferson. It was thrown in that area, but play never really developed. Didn't gain any yardage. Now it might cost him 10 yards because of the flag.
That time on the short side of the field, they tried the option. It was really contained well.
It's either Travis O'Neill making a hit.
Travis O'Neill all over the field. 5 tackles already.
And he's only a sophomore, 6'1", 212-pound sophomore, starting for Mike Grant's varsity squad. Mike Grant in his third year as coach of Eden Prairie football. 3 years ago, this program was just about dead.
Yes,
Players were quitting. Boosters were unhappy. Chuck Rogers was the head coach then, and he was basically escorted out of here. Fortunes have changed dramatically, to say the least. First and 20 from the 30-yard line. Bolden in motion to the far side, and the counter goes to Grimes. Grimes, 35, Grimes to the 40. Still on his feet as he crosses the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Gets 17 on the carry, and it'll become third. And, well, give him 16, so it's 3rd and 4.
Gained a lot of that back in a hurry. As that counter tray play has been their staple. It's been successful throughout the season. Grimes over 60 yards, 65 yards. Make it a 2nd and short now. They counteract that penalty with that big counter play there.
2nd and 4 from the 46 as Grimes is in motion. Hoffert will roll. Now he runs, and he is at the midfield stripe, and he's
might
very
have
close
it.
to a first down. In fact, I believe he has it. Let's see here.
Close.
Close enough to measure. Looks like they will.
Hoffert thinks they have it. As Hoffert, a little delay, seeing where the opening was. Was a design play, just looking to see where the blocking gave him the crevice for him to escape for yardage, and he squeezed through just to come up inches short. That's a signal from the referees, making it 3rd down and inches from just inside the midfield stripe.
Hoffert now with 5 carries for 19 yards. And with 10.5 minutes to go in the half, Jefferson in another 3rd down situation. Needs about the length of the ball, not even that for a first down. Brown wide to the left, wing T formation. Grimes in motion. He gets the carry, and Grimes will have the first down. And he is ridden out of bounds at the near side, picks up 3 yards before having the play ended by Yama Azizi again. Azizi and Albers getting lots of tackles here in the opening quarter, but Grimes picks up 3 and Jefferson keeps the drive going.
They're really testing the secondary, springing Grimes and Bolden through. You wonder if they'll be able to break a long run pretty soon, as they've had good blocking up front and able to get into the defensive backfield very quickly.
1st and 10, play action by Hoffert. Hoffert looks and fires over the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for Bolden. Good coverage, though, by the Eden Prairie secondary as Robs Sutera and number 22 again, Azizi, were there on the coverage.
Just trying to stretch the defense a little, test him deep. Double coverage, good coverage there by Eden Prairie. 2 deep zone. They had Bolden surrounded. Bolden had a big touchdown reception against Apple Valley on a 3rd down and 10 that helped give them the momentum in that game. As you see that pass going in complete, 2nd down and 10 from the 47. With just over 10 minutes to go in the first half, with Jefferson enjoying a 7-point lead.
Matt Gibbs in the game now. Gibbs to the near side on 2nd and 10. Play action by Hoffert. Hoffert wants to run. Hoffert breaks 1 tackle to the 45 to the 40, still on his feet, the 35 to the 34-yard line. That'll be a gain of 13 and another Jaguar first down.
Jason Kapsner, we talk a lot about his size. It's well known. He's 6'6", 212. Hoffert, no slouch himself, 6'3", 201. He's hard to bring down as he slipped the tackle, would-be tackle of Matt Morenweiser, who had a shot at him in the open field. He couldn't bring him down. Hoffert picking up 13 yards. He's the 2nd leading ball carrier in the evening here, picking up the 8th first down for Jefferson.
6 carries for 32 yards for Hoffert so far. From the 34 again, Doug on a play action pass, fires towards the end zone to Grimes, got him, touchdown! And here we go, just like last week. Early and often.
Early and often. They've buoyed themselves earlier. See if they can continue the trend throughout the game. There's a lot of football left to be played, but that was a good play action there, and getting Grimes out deep. They like to do that, not only running him wide, but they will spring him and Bolden. They really stretch out a defense.
Mike Maxwell on to attempt the point after for the 3rd time tonight. The snap, the place, Maxwell gets it in the air, and it is good. Good job by Brown from the low snap. And with 9:21 to go, Eden Prairie is finding themselves in a very uncommon position, down by 14 on their own field.
Yes, but we all know how Eden Prairie, one of the top offensive attacks, can put themselves back in the game in just one possession, or from what we saw earlier, maybe from 1 kick return. I'm sure Coach Shea will tell his troops that this game looking good so far, and they've done a lot of things they wanted to do well, but they have to continue till that final gun sounds the end of the game, because Eden Prairie, they've been number one in the state most of the year, and they had a game similar to this, not trailing, but Apple Valley and them, they were tight, and they ran off quite a few straight points to bury Apple Valley 40-22, so we know they can put the points on the board.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, they were down by 14.
Were they?
14-0 against Valley, and they came back and scored the next 5 touchdowns, so we're not saying this one is over by any means.
No.
But
What were the numbers on that? Plays?
that was a 6-play, 60-yard drive. And, of course, offered to Grimes, the big play there is the kick by Maxwell. Bounces at the 25. It is fumbled and dropped by Sutera. And he picks it up and is dropped immediately at the 27-yard line, I believe. And all the momentum right now with the Jaguars as they go on defense again, up by 14.
Jefferson's defense still with a test every time they're on the field. Leroy McFadden has been held to no yardage right now, but any carry could be a big carry for him for not only a lot of yardage, but could be a score, so they still have to play hard.
On first down, the counter is given off to Thomas. And Thomas gets to the 34, or make that the 29-yard line, where he picks up 1 yard, and it's 2nd and 9 to go.
Wagner in there again for another tackle. Adam Heisman helping to plug up the middle, which he's done so well all year long, allowing the linebackers to do their role, which is to back up the line, as they're not letting the guards and the center plug up the holes for their defensive front, as you see right there. Jefferson able to do what they want to. They'll give him 2 on that. Jake Thomas, 2nd and 8.
Strong left eye formation on 2nd and 8 as Kapsner will. McFadden
Another
fumbles
fumble.
again, and I think we've got it again.
I think they do.
I
Look-
think Jefferson has got it again, but we'll see.
Oh, well, it looks like
Oh.
McFadden did knife in there and get it.
Just got it back, and that was a situation where McFadden and Kapsner bumped into each other, and the ball came loose. And if Leroy doesn't get that one back, Eden Prairie is in trouble.
Yes, they're in big trouble, facing the possibility of going down 3 scores here. No matter who you have on offense, it would give yourself a demoralizing situation and really put your back to the wall there.
3 fumbles in this game so far by Eden Prairie. 3rd and 10. Kapsner is back, fires long over the middle, and it is intercept. Oh, and Tia nearly had Jason Kapsner's first interception on the varsity level. Oh, man.
Yes, that was close. But looking at where he caught the ball, maybe it was better that he did drop it, as they might be able to get pretty good field position with the punt coming inside the 20-yard line when the punter takes the snap from the 28. 7:20 left to go here, Mark, and Jefferson doing just about everything right. Take away that punt return from Jeff Hahn, and they've pretty much played a picture-perfect first half.
Certainly have. Tia standing back at the 40 to receive Schiesel's punt. The kick is away. It's a pretty good kick, high kick, and Tia will back away and let it bounce. Takes a decent Eden Prairie roll and will die at the Jaguar 34. And Jefferson will start their 5th series of the night, 1st and 10. Just under 7.5 minutes to go, first half of play. Jaguars up by 14.
Well, taking away what Eden Prairie wants to do, establish the run. We talked about how Mike Grant, especially with Leroy McFadden, likes to run the ball. We'll see now, next time they get the ball, that might change their strategy here. But right now, Jefferson has a chance to at least run some clock here.
Strong left, Grimes in motion. He gets the carry. Grimes to the 35. Brandt now gets outside to the 40. 45, 50. Grimes to the 40. Grimes to the 30-yard line, and he is tripped up at the last second. As making the stab and forcing him out of bounds was Derek Steneman. And Steneman doesn't get him by the shoestrings. Grimes going in. 30-yard gain. And already Grimes has 11 carries for 98 yards. Has a touchdown as well.
You see Grimes getting outside, number 22, Yama Aziza, and then Steneman tripping him up. Otherwise, It was a long run for him, a 66-yarder, but he still picked up 30. And it was just a matter of time he was going to break a long one.
And play action by Hofford, busted play, and he is dropped for no gain as, again, O'Neill was in there along with Rob Sutera. Something didn't quite come together the way it was supposed to, so it's no gain, and it's 2nd and 10.
Fortunately, Hofford didn't try in haste to hand the ball off. You see the veteran quarterback there making the astute play, just holding the ball and trying to find an opening and make sure to keep possession. That's the paramount important thing to happen for him there. And he did that. 2nd down and 10, no gain at the 30.
Christopher in the game now as the lone back. Tia and Bolden in the wings. Gibbs out wide. And a flag. This one's going to come back no matter what happens. And a gang tackle on the near side on Bolden. Kenyatta never had a chance, but this will be a procedure call on Jefferson for a false start. It'll cost him 5 any way you look at it. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Getting a little ahead of the play. When you run a lot of motion, sometimes somebody gets started a little bit ahead of things. And that was the case there. 2nd penalty for Jefferson for 15 yards. Will be a minor setback here. But things are going their way, though.
Let's see if they even accept it here.
Yeah, would change it to 3rd down. Let's see if they do accept it here.
If not, they'll decline.
No, they won't. So just one penalty that's been accepted so far in the game. Jefferson now with 10 first downs to 1 for Eden Prairie with 6:11 here in the half. Another big 3rd down play, 2 of 4 Jefferson on the evening. Their big one here, though, that could really cement things for themselves here in the 2nd quarter.
Prod now getting on its feet, urging an Eagle defensive stand on 3rd and 10. Hoffer straight drop. Here comes the rush. Unloads the screen to Grimes. Grimes, 25. Grimes to the 20, and he's going to go all the way in for the touchdown. The 4th touchdown of the first half, by the way. And with 6:01 to go in the first half, Eden Prairie is in trouble.
In trouble. The only thing on their side is they have 2 quarters plus 6 minutes to try to do something about this momentum that's building with each possession.
Oh, beautiful
That's
call.
a beautiful call as they caught Eden Prairie in a blitz. They gave almost everything to the blitz there, leaving themselves pretty exposed there. And once Grimes caught the ball in the flat, he was pretty much free to do what he did there. Scamper 29 yards.
And Maxwell is 4 for 4 on point afters. And with 6:01 to go in the opening half, Jefferson is up 28-7. Offered to Grimes for 29 yards. Actually, it's 30 yards for the touch. 5-play drive, covering 66 yards. And Hofford, he has got it going, no question about it.
No doubt about it. He's
no
hot.
Question about it.
He's really hot against Apple Valley, and he's carried it on here, and Grimes the same way. That combination is really prospered here when they really need to be big in this playoff of the Region 6 AA semifinals. 28-7 Jefferson, reeling off 4 touchdowns in a row following Jeff Hahn's punt return. Gave Eden Prairie the earlier momentum, and Jefferson was able to answer, and then some.
Offered unofficially 3 out of 4 for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not throwing it a lot, but when he does, he's making them count. And the kick by Maxwell is taken by McFadden at the 12. Up the middle, McFadden goes to the 30, out to the 35, 36-yard line where he's tripped up, and that's where the top-ranked team in the state will start 1st and 10, trailing by 3 touchdowns on their own field.
We'll see what medal they have, being ranked number 1 and being in the most adverse situation they've seen all year.
It'll be very interesting to see how they react here.
Yes, and it'll be interesting to see if they vary their offensive attack.
I formation on 1st down, and he delayed on McFadden, and he breaks. No, he does not break the tackle. Brought down by Johansson along with some help from, I believe it was Wagner. No, make that Erickson, Tom Erickson on the tackle. Good play by that Jaguar defense, and a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7.
McFadden minus 3 yards officially with a couple of losses caused by fumbles, as they didn't vary their attack there. Only picked up 2 yards, though. 2nd down and 8.
Strong right. Schwant in the slot. Anderson out wide. Kapsner fires. Caught by Anderson at midfield. Breaks one tackle, then his drop at the Jefferson 47 as Tia brings him down. But the gain on the play is good for 15 yards and an Eden Prairie first down.
Prairie,
Make it, 14 yards, so spot the 47.
Prairie's 2nd first down. Finding Anderson there, slipping a tackle. Kapsner now 2 of 4.
Anderson, a very good receiver. He made some nice catches last year against Jefferson in the game at Bloomington, so we know what he can do. 1st and 10. Kapsner is back, pumps once, now wants to go long down the near side, and he outshoots everybody. Well covered by Grimes, though, down the near side, and it'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, following the first play from scrimmage in this drive, you saw now that Eden Prairie maybe not totally in a desperate situation, but knowing now that they might have to vary their attack just a little bit with back-to-back passes, something Mike Grant really doesn't like to do, but the score and Jefferson's momentum dictates this somewhat. See if they make it 3 passes in a row here.
Mackey, the lone back, 3-receiver set as McFadden to the near side on 2nd and 10. Kapsner fires, and it's overshot for McFadden. Well covered again, though. 4 Jaguars were in the area, and it becomes 3rd and long.
Time they're trying to break McFadden on a little flare pattern over the middle in the seam. Pretty well covered. 3rd down and 10. Jefferson doing what it likes to do. Put teams in these 3rd and long situations. They have Nick Tetner in there, who's really come on as a pass rushing specialist from the linebacking position.
And on 3rd down, I guess the play is alive. This one will probably be on Jefferson, apparently. As Kapsner keeps and rolls to about the 43-yard line, 42-yard line. Gain of 5, but I'm sure they'll... Well, let's see. Is there even a flag?
I'm not sure. I don't
Apparently
see one.
not.
I don't see one.
That'll make it 4th and 5 then. I thought there'd be a flag for sure, but Kapsner gets 5. That's his first carry of the night. And that'll bring up 4th down, and I don't think Eden Prairie is going to be punting for a while.
No, I think there's no question what they have to try to do here to try to establish some momentum here to get themselves back into this game. 4:29 the 2nd quarter. See what comes about.
Jaguars up by 3 touchdowns. 4th and 5 for Eden Prairie from the Jefferson 42. Strong left, McFadden in motion this way as Kapsner is back. Here comes the rush, and he unloads over the middle, and it is incomplete.
Looked like it hit the ground, even though he thought he had scooped it. I don't think it would have been a completion if he did hold. That was number 27 on that play, Chris Schwant, on a deep post pattern there.
So Schwant can't come up with the pass, although Kapsner was hit as he threw, so he didn't quite get on it what he wanted to. But in any case, Jefferson will take over with 4:23.
See good pressure there. Richards helping to throw off that pass. That could have been the difference. I think it was a difference from Kapsner getting that ball in there.
42-yard line, 1st and 10. Out of the wing again, as they have been all night. It'll be Grimes. Grimes to the 40. Breaks another tackle across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Picks up another 5, and with that carry now goes over the 100-yard mark. Has 12 carries for 103 yards. Has carried for a touchdown. Caught a couple of touchdown passes. Other than that, he hasn't done a thing all night.
No, I've hardly noticed him. He's picked up 6 yards there. Good seal block by Hatia. Hatia 2nd and 4. They've been able to pick up good yards on 1st down. That's been the key here.
Give him 6 on the carry, and again the inside counter to Grimes as he gets to midfield for being stopped up. That'll leave him about maybe a long 2, make it 3 yards to go for the 1st down. As we check that replay.
The replay just trying to squeeze through the middle. Played pretty well there by Eden Prairie.
And you see there O'Neal again making another tackle, and
yes.
Kid's only a sophomore. You can already tell he's going to be a pretty good football player.
Yes, he is. He had a big fumble recovery to win over Burnsville to help their cause. 6-1-2-12. 7 solos, 2 assists already. He's trying to keep some cohesiveness with Eden Prairie's defense. They're trying to keep some type of continuity, stay alive in this one as they're reeling right now, though, facing a 3rd and 2 in midfield.
3rd and 2, Gibbs to the near side. And this will be Bolden off the right side, and Bolden has the first. Well, let's see now.
I think he might be a little
Maybe
short.
he is short. It looked like he had gotten the forward progress, but it looks like he'll be about a yard shy at the most. They'll measure, but I'm sure he's a couple feet anyway.
See,
And that'll
once
bring it
again,
down.
counter Trey that time played pretty well. Gerald Albers has made a few tackles. He came in that time to make the stop on Bolden, just short, I believe. He stopped Grimes from scoring on a long run, held him to a 30-yard run, but they scored eventually. 4th and 1. Mark the ball at the 48.
And what are they going to punt?
I think that would be the
Looks like they are.
safe thing to do here. Up 3 touchdowns. I want to give Eden Prairie good field position, a chance at that here.
And of course, we know what happened the last time they punted. And on the right will be Sutera. Hahn is on the left. Bolden low snap, but no pressure as he gets it away off the side of his foot, but it takes a Jefferson hop and will roll dead out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. So they don't even give Hahn a second try at trying to break one. And with 2:52 to go here, I think this is a pretty important drive here for Eden Prairie.
Eden Prairie would really like to give themselves more of an earshot of a chance to be close going into the locker room, down by 2 touchdowns, and that would also help their confidence. So I'm sure they've really become demoralized on both sides of the ball with this onslaught by Jefferson.
McFadden off the right side has broke one tackle, broke another one, gets across the 25 to the 28-yard line as Leroy McFadden picks up his first significant yardage of the night, picking up 12 yards and an Eagle first down.
He's now in positive yardage, 8 yards on the night and 8 carries. As you know, sooner or later, McFadden would be able to break a tackle here and there and gain yardage as he's a real punishing runner.
McFadden again off the right side, and he turns it inside and picks up about 4 yards as he gets out to the 32-yard line. Brought down by Grimes and Wagner, and it's 2nd and 6.
Well, they're going to go with what got them to this point. They know they're down by 3 touchdowns, but they want to establish McFadden. They know they're going to need him if they're going to win this game.
2nd and 6, play action by Kapsner, fires over the middle, tipped and dropped. It was behind, though, the intended pass for Nate Lovis. Lovis tipped it up, and defense loves to see that, but nobody around to catch the drop, and it's 3rd and 5.
Lovis had the fumble the prior series at the Jefferson 40. It would have given Eden Prairie a big boost there. As Wagner on the coverage, pass going awry, and they're 3rd and 5 from the 33. Just over 2 minutes to go in the half.
Backs are split strong left. Anderson to the near side on 3rd and 5. Kapsner on a play action. Here comes the rush. Fires over the middle. It's caught by Lovis at the 48. And that'll be good for a first down as they pick up 15 on the play, and Eden Prairie has another first down.
Kapsner now 3 of 9 for 45 yards. The 4th first down is the rush. Not quite getting there by Grussing. Putting good pressure, though. Kapsner had to elevate the pass just a little bit higher, but good throw.
And he gives to Mackey up the middle, and he gets into Jaguar territory down to the 45-yard line. Clock on the move, 1:40 to go in the half. Mackey picks up 8 on the play. Again, strong left as, again, Kapsner on a play action. Has time, fires over the middle, is tipped, and it looked like intended for McFadden, and Lovis had tipped it as he had 2 receivers in the same area. And it becomes 3rd and 2 now from just outside the Jaguar 45.
Somebody in the area that shouldn't been, I would think maybe Lovis. Is McFadden seemed to be the primary receiver. Sometimes you can have that unfortunately happen. That threw that pattern off. 3rd down and 2, just under a minute and a half left.
Anderson to the near side again on 3rd and 2. Kapsner looks and he fires, and it is intercepted, I believe.
Did he hold it?
No, he did not hold it. Okay.
That was Keith Thompson. Couldn't quite come up with it. Juggled it a couple times and fell to the ground.
They're going to get him. They're going to pick him.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. They've been close.
Sure
Once again, going for the sideline route, and there's good read by Thompson covering Anderson there. Just couldn't quite get his clubs on there to secure it.
They've already had 2 or 3 great opportunities to do that, and they've already forced 2 turnovers. Feel it coming. 4th and 2 from the 45. Anderson wide to the right. Play action by Kapsner. Fires over the middle. It's caught by Lovis. Good for a first down at the Jaguar 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of, it's about the 30. Yeah, that's going to be a 15-yard gain and a first down.
Lovis now 3 receptions for 46 yards. He's trying to redeem himself following the fumble in the prior series. Here he's going to the seam route, finding the tight end. Good patience, good blocking up front to give Kapsner the time to deliver the ball.
Just over a minute to go in the half. Play action by Kapsner. Fires, and it is caught by Anderson. And he is dropped at the 15-yard line. And a nice play there. A nice pass, nice catch. Kapsner was under pressure, but he got it away. And Eden Prairie's in position now to cut the margin in half with just under a minute to go in the half.
Here's Nick Tetner. He's really been able to put pressure on quarterbacks the latter half of the season. Didn't quite get there, though. Good throw by Kapsner.
And the give is to Mackey up the middle, and he is struggling for yardage. He picks up about 3, maybe 4. And we have a timeout as Eden Prairie will call their first one of the night. First one by either side, as a matter of fact. And that'll be a 2-yard gain for Mackey. Well, now they'll spot at the 12, so give him 3 and make it 2nd and 7.
Some quick numbers. Jason Kapsner, 4 of 12, 75 yards. A lot of that coming in this drive. Wait, let me recheck my numbers here. We'll make that 6 of 12 for 75 yards. 3 receptions for Nate Lovis, helping this drive immensely. Only 37 yards on the ground by Eden Prairie. McFadden just breaking into the positive side, 9 for 13. On the other side, Jefferson with well over 100 yards rushing, nearing the 160 mark. Brant Grimes, the star of the first half, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 2 receiving, 13 for 106 and 2 receptions for 63 yards. They've been able to control the tempo from the onset pretty much following their first drive, and Jeff Hahn's touchdown following that punt mark. They've really established what they wanted to do, what they've done all year long, run the counters left and right using Golden and Grimes, and they've taken control that way, and their defense has done the rest.
Yeah, offensively, they've done whatever they've wanted. 45 seconds to go from the 12-yard line, 2nd and 7. Anderson in motion to the near side, I formation. Kapsner back play action, and he is hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete as Adam Heisman got in there and put the hit on Kapsner. Looked like he came in clean, too, and nobody had blocked him and caught Kapsner by surprise. And it's now 3rd and 7.
Big rush in the middle there by Heisman as he forced Kapsner to get rid of the ball so he wouldn't lose more yardage. Heisman, a mainstay. He really plays the run well. You don't see him in there on the quarterback too often. He usually gets double teamed, but that time he broke free.
Strong right on 3rd and 7. Kapsner again, back, looking, throws, and is caught by Lovis at the 5. And that will be very close to a first down. Let's see what they do. They'll stop the clock momentarily. They do give them the first down at the 5 with 25 seconds to go in the half.
Here's a pass you see right there, throwing into tight coverage, 7th first down, 2 of 4 on 3rd conversions.
Wagner making the tackle, and Eden Prairie will call their 2nd timeout now.
You can really see the poise of Jason Kapsner. He's really surmounted a good drive for this team as he's really stood in the pocket well. Good presence of mind to deliver the ball where he needs to deliver it and also get rid of the ball. On the prior play, you saw when Adam Heisman had the good rush, got rid of the ball, giving Eden Prairie a chance at getting the first down. It would have been 3rd and even longer had he not delivered that ball into the ground. The Captains are really coming up big, and so has Nate Lovis with some big receptions here in the latter part of the half.
13th play of the drive coming up. There's been some long ones in this game. Jefferson had a 14-play drive that got him a touchdown. That was on their second drive of the game back in the first quarter. From the 5, first and goal, toss to McFadden. Fakes it, tries the left side, turns it inside. He is stopped shy of the goal line as he's at the 1. And now the Eagles will call their final timeout. And there was no time run off the clock on that play.
The clock remains at 25 seconds.
There was 25 seconds to go when this play started. I mean, you got to take at least 5 seconds off on that play.
And hopefully they'll signify that to the officials.
Somebody must have already told them that.
Yes.
I think so. And if not, we'll go down and tell them.
Yeah, we'll go down if we have to.
And you got to take 5 seconds off, and nobody's made the change yet. McFadden. And you see on the replay there, McFadden turning it inside, but shut down by the Jaguar defense. McFadden gets 4 on the carry.
It's a good play. They tried to get some over pursuit going the other way on the fake to Anderson. Last week they tried a little trickery that worked against Apple Valley with an option pass from McFadden to Kapsner for a touchdown. So you can look for some things like that to happen, especially with Eden Prairie trailing here.
Second and goal from the 1, and pretty big sequence here. Eden Prairie will also get the ball to start the second half, so they have an opportunity to keep the Jefferson offense off the field for quite a while. Double tight end set, backs are split, and Kapsner will throw, and it is caught in the left corner by Matt Mead. And Eden Prairie gets to within 14 now with 21 seconds to go in the half. Oh, wait a second here now. We got a flag? Personal foul against the Jaguars, though. Kapsner now caps it off with a 1-yard toss to Mead. That's his first catch of the game. And as Sheasel will attempt the point after. And this one has all the makings of whoever has the ball last. Now, if Eden Prairie scores to start the second half, it's going to become a real good ball game.
So, you know, it's a matter of time. Eden Prairie is a team that's hard to hold down for 4 quarters. Just got to try to score as many points as you can and hope your defense can do a good enough job to give you the final margin. Eden Prairie is, I sense, maybe a little run coming here as Dan Richards was draped along the legs of Kapsner, but with his strength he was able to get rid of that ball and put Eden Prairie within 2 scores.
Well, the Eagles are trying to decide what to do with the penalty here. Probably will be assessed on the kickoff. In any case, that 1-yard toss caps off a 14-play, 84-yard drive by the Eagles. Very much needed as they close out the first half with some momentum anyway.
Kind of had the sense was a drive that I wouldn't say was a must, but very important at this significant part of the game. Facing a 3-touchdown deficit, they really needed something to boost their confidence to help them persevere what's happened to them in the second quarter.
Sheasel with the point after attempt, the snap, the place, and the kick is right down the middle. Man, is he kicking far. So Eden Prairie gets back to within 14. It's Jefferson 28, Eden Prairie 14 with 21 seconds to go in the half. And of course, we mentioned that was an 84-yard drive and 14 plays. Several big plays in that drive. A couple of third down conversions from Kapsner to Anderson, Kapsner to Lovis as well.
Yeah, Lovis.
Good drive.
Lovis was really the key. Is Good show of confidence to go back to Lovis following that fumble we mentioned that he had the prior drive on the Jefferson 40. He came back with some big catches to help this drive along. Kapsner showing his worth there, one of the top quarterback prospects around. Showed a lot of poise as Eden Prairie will accept that on the kickoff, the 15 yards on the personal foul. And will pin Jefferson back, and most likely will be a touchback.
I believe that is the second penalty of the night on Jefferson.
Second for 25 yards. Eden Prairie without a penalty thus far in the game. They never did take the extra time off, so we still have 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Jefferson up 28-14. See if they do kick it deep.
Schiesel's kick is kind of a pooch kick. Bolden in the end zone. Of course, it's an automatic touchback. So Jefferson will be at their 20 with 21 seconds to go. Coming up at halftime, of course, will be the Eden Prairie Marching Band. Following that, we'll have some halftime stats that Mr. Sellers will go over for us. And we are, at this point, just over 24 minutes from going back to Bloomington.
Yeah, back to the
semifinal or quarterfinal action. I guess unofficially would be the start of the state tournament. It is quarterfinal action, but be another step on the road towards the dome. Hoffert will give to Grimes, and he is dropped in the backfield. Eden Prairie cannot stop the clock. Jefferson content to let it run out and go to the break with a 14-point lead. Very impressive first half for Jefferson. Defense has played well. Check the replay.
Good play there by number 31, Nate Walsh. As Jefferson runs out the clock on a great half of themselves.
Good half for Jefferson. 24 minutes of solid football. And we go to halftime with the score. Jefferson 28, Eden Prairie 14. You're watching Jaguar football on BEC Television, the station of champions.
In a recent worldwide educational test, the United States didn't rank first
Korea,
or second
Taiwan,
or even third.
Switzerland,
It seems while the rest of the world raised their educational standards,
Scotland, Slovenia,
we didn't.
Spain,
So we came in 14th,
the United States.
and 14th is no place for our kids to be. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE, and we'll give you lots of ways to help our kids move forward again.
We are at halftime, just under a minute to go with intermission before we start the second half, and Jefferson currently with the 28-14 lead, and Darryl, certainly the Jaguars, needless to say, have done basically whatever they have wanted to do with the ball in the first half.
Yes, buoyed by that counter play and the traps, they've been able to run those successfully. Sometimes you only see that play successful on minimal occasions, but they've been able to run that play at will, and that has been the difference, as they have the statistical edge in every category except passing yards, which favors Eden Prairie. A lot of that came on the drive just before the half that Eden Prairie came alive with their offense to cut the lead from 28-7 to 28-14. But the difference in the game has been Jefferson's quick striking offense and the defense that has forced 2 fumbles and holding Leroy McFadden to just 17 yards on 10 carries. And Jason Kapsner has seen some pretty good pressure, and he's been able to get the ball away under some tough situations to get some completions in the latter part of the second quarter, to give Eden Prairie a shot at this. And the big thing will be to see what happens with this first drive of the third quarter. If Jefferson scores first, could be the end to a very good season for Eden Prairie, but we won't get too ahead of ourselves here. Halftime statistics show Jefferson with the edge in the categories I mentioned. You see the rushing edge, a lot of that by Brant Grimes, over 100 yards already with his 3 touchdowns, 2 via receptions, 2 for 63 yards. And Nate
Lovis has the top receiving yardage for both, or rather for Eden Prairie with 53 yards. He has 4 receptions to lead both teams. Kapsner 8 for 15 for 83 yards and 1 touchdown, 2 near interceptions. And we mentioned there's a good feeling that Jefferson might pick one off. They've been able to pick off quarterbacks all year long. Mark Warder had 5 interceptions, victimized by that good secondary by Jefferson. We'll see what happens in the second half. We're about ready to start play. It has to be one of the most exciting games in region play around the metro area. Some of the other games going on in Region 5, it's Washburn. They're facing Richfield. That's for the Region 5 championship. That's at Washburn High. And also, one of the topsy-turvy regions is that Region 1 that favored Rochester John Marshall, but they were ousted in the semifinals by Owatonna. And Lakeville, who's in the Lake Conference, they're playing for that championship against Owatonna, oddly enough.
Yeah, Lakeville's had a tremendous postseason play, and once again, I think it shows to you, and obviously we're a little biased, of course, about this, but I truly believe it. This is the best conference in the state, Lake Conference football. I think it's a little more than coincidence that the state champion continuously comes out of this conference, and granted, Lakeville, when they won the championship 3 years ago, was out of the Minnesota Conference, but they were already on their way to the Lake when they won it, so you can almost count that as part of that conference, but not surprising to see Lakeville still in it. Hamer's a good quarterback, and
He's really had a good second half.
yeah, and especially on a high school level, you get a quarterback that gets in a groove, and it doesn't take him long to get in the end zone.
And we're seeing that's true here with Jefferson, as Doug Hofford has helped his squad really move the offense well. Hofford has really been the showcase of the offense, running it well, he and Grimes. They haven't even gone to the quarterback by committee. Looks like Hofford might ride this one out, and as long as things go Jefferson's way, unless they really solidify things, then they might change it up a little bit. But still got a lot of football left to play here, and see how Eden Prairie responds, see if they've made any adjustments to somewhat impede the superior running game Jefferson has shown here.
Eden Prairie now taking the field, ready to receive the second half kickoff. Maxwell ready to kick off for the 5th time tonight. And it'll be McFadden in the middle. And it'll be Hahn on the right. And it'll be a squibber, and it is picked up by Hahn at the 30. Breaks into the clear to the 40, the 45. I think that's Sutera with the return. Sutera out to the 42-yard line. And that's where Eden Prairie will start the second half, 1st and 10. As you mentioned, first half numbers. Grimes, the leading ball carrier in the game, 13 carries, 105 yards, has scored a touchdown on the ground. Has also caught a couple of receptions for touchdowns. I formation. Bounce set on 1st and 10, and this will be Mackey. Breaks one tackle, gets to the 45, or just across it. And that will be a pickup of about 2, maybe 3 yards, and it's 2nd and 8.
One thing that Eden Prairie did against Apple Valley, once they were trailing by 14 points, they gave the ball to McFadden on a lot of occasions. I think they gave it to him like 8 times straight. Once they established him again, they were able to take control. See if he sees the ball a lot more here in the second half.
2nd and 8 from the 45, and the give to McFadden, and it fools nobody on the draw as he is dropped in his tracks at the 44, loses a yard, and Travis Johansson, one of the players making the stop.
Along with Heisman. He saw Heisman, he saw the ball and Heisman. At the same time, Heisman coming in the nose tackle position. He's been one of the top nose guards, without a doubt, in the metro area. He's kind of one of the unsung heroes on defense. 3rd down and 9 from the 44.
Anderson to the right. Thomas in the wing. Backs are split on 3rd and 9. Kapsner on a play action. Has time. Now he throws, and it is incomplete. Yes, it is.
Throwing for Anderson there.
Short hopped it on the near side, and Eden Prairie, let's see what they do here.
I think they have to.
I would think they'd punt here.
Yes, they don't have really much choice trying the sideline route to Anderson. Just skipping in ever so slightly on the ground. Jefferson's defense holding again.
Grimes will go back to receive the kick from Sheasel. Andy Sheasel, 6 foot, 170-pound junior. Pretty good all-around job of kicking, whether it be field goal, place kicking, or punting. Snap is back, and he gets it away. It's not a very deep kick this time, though. It'll bounce at the 25. Grimes lets it go as it will roll dead at about the Jaguar 12. And Jefferson will start the second half from there with 10:13 to go in the third.
Jefferson's defense has done the job. Wondering if the momentum would continue in Eden Prairie's favor following the touchdown just before halftime, but Jefferson's defense didn't allow that to happen. Let's see if the offense can maybe not necessarily get points, but it would be good to establish some ball control here to take some time off the clock, but points really would be good also.
Gibbs to the near side on 1st and 10 as Grimes is in motion, and Brandt gets the carry. He's across the 15, Grimes to the 20. He's out to the 25-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. Has the first down as he gets across the 25 out to the 27. Picks up a quick 15 yards and a Jaguar first down.
119 yards on 15 carries. As the first indication is Eden Prairie still having trouble to stop that counter play. Getting it outside. They're getting good seal blocks inside from the front five. Grussing, Anderson, McKee, Kane, and Josh Hansen. That's been the key.
From the 27-yard line on 1st and 10, and this will be T, I believe.
He fumbled it. Oh, I think
Grimes,
they got it back. I think
Grimes has it, I believe, though. Grimes says they got it. I'm sure he does. Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Second down.
Good awareness as Tia was stripped there on a good hard hit in the line. That would have been a big change of events there to give Eden Prairie maybe a little momentum. But Grimes, good awareness there. And they had to save them from a situation putting their defense on an adverse situation inside their 30-yard line.
2nd and 10 now from about the 27-yard line. Strong left this time, and Hoffer will try the shovel. Gets it off to Grimes. Grimes to the 40. Grimes to the 50. Grimes to the 40, and he is finally.
Oh, how did he get that off?
I don't know how he cut that off. He was under I thought he got sacked.
So did I. In fact, I almost thought he fumbled the ball away. I didn't think he was going to be able to get the ball to Grimes.
What a play. And unfortunately, our video is somewhat on the blink, but if we can retrieve that one sometime, get it back on a replay, it would be great to show because the shovel pass that they used for the first time tonight finally works. And we'll check the gain on the play here in just a moment. From the Eagle 36-yard line, strong right again. Bolden gets the carry. Kenyatta to the 35, the 30, there he goes, 25-20.
He's gone.
15-10, 5, touchdown. And we've got a flag.
Oh, no.
And let's
Might
check
have
the
been.
flag.
Let's see.
It's either going to be a procedure against Jefferson or an offsides against Eden Prairie. Oh, we've got a hold against
Yes,
Jefferson.
I was wondering if it was one of the seal blocks on the outside. I believe Tia and Kane were trying to contain the outside rushers to give Bolden the corner. I believe one of them held in the hope to help Bolden get some yardage. That is unfortunate.
37 yards, by the way, on the completion from Hoffert to Grimes. Grimes now has 3 receptions for a total of 67 yards. Now we'll double check that. That's not right. Let's try 3 receptions for a total of 109 yards. On first down, and Bolden to the 50, 45, 40, still on his feet as he gets down to the 35-yard line on 1st and 20. And he gets back about 11 of it. It'll become 2nd and 9 from the Eagle 35.
Once again, Jefferson able to get back a lot of yardage following a penalty. They've been able to use the outside running of Bolden and Grimes. They go back to the same play. Not quite the same result. No hold. That's good. Gold not able to get a touchdown, but pick up 11.
And O'Neal in on the tackle again, and I'm not sure officially how much he has tonight, but he's got to have at least 7 or 8 right now. 2nd and 9 from the 35. Gibbs to the near side as Hofford on a play-action pass. Shoots the screen. Complete the tee-up, but Hawk can't keep his feet as he gets only a yard. Probably wouldn't have got a lot more than that anyway, as the Eagles had it covered fairly well. And it brings up 3rd and 8.
Had that one set up again. That time they had good secondary help as they somewhat diagnosed it. So Tia wouldn't have gotten that much yardage had he kept his footing. Might have picked up another 2 or 3 yards. Still 3rd down and 8 from the 34. Just under 8 minutes to go. The 3rd quarter.
34-yard line. Gibbs wide to the far side. Again out of the wing. Offered again on a play action. Here comes the rush. He gets away though. Still on his feet, and now he's dragged down back at the 37-yard line as the Eagle rush finally got to him. First sack of the night for Eden Prairie.
Justin Bridge. Talked about him. He came in to make a big defensive play.
Justin Bridge is what Mike Grant is saying is a legitimate Division I football player.
You see him corral Hofford. It took several players to do that, though. Hofford really tough to bring down, but Eden Prairie coming up with the play it had to, and that holding penalty stopped Jefferson from going up through to a 3-touchdown lead again.
At this point, probably the biggest play in the game. Bolden gets it away. Good kick by Kenyatta. Hahn lets it go. It lands into the end zone. He just about got the hop that he wanted. Instead, he gets a 37-yard punt. And the Eagles, with 6:51 to go in the 3rd, trailing by 2 touchdowns, will start from their own 20.
Jefferson able to take a little time off the clock, although they didn't score. Eden Prairie's finding themselves in situations where it's not enough getting the possession. They're going to have to make something happen pretty soon.
Split backfield. Anderson out to the right. McFadden on a quick hitter, and forget it. He is dropped, probably for about a yard loss, but everybody was in there on that one. Johansson, Wagner.
Richards in on there
Richards.
also.
4 of them got a piece of him, and it's no gain for McFadden. And now with that carry, unofficially has 12 carries for 16 yards. And Leroy's doing nothing here tonight.
As they've clamped down on him well. They've been able to tie up the middle, not allowing him to get that first surge. Then they bring the linebackers in around for extra support.
2nd and 10 as Mackey comes to the near side. Pitch to McFadden. McFadden turns inside, 25-30, still on his feet as he gets to the 35. Brought down by Wagner. If Wagner doesn't tackle him, he's going to go all the way. But had some help from Christopher as well, but nonetheless, McFadden peels off a 16-yarder, doubles his output for the game on 1 carry, and it's a 1st down.
That time they try to get him outside as the middle's been clogged very well by Jefferson. They might have to do more of that because they've been able to pinch him inside, taking away the in-between the tackles running.
From the 36, it'll be Thomas this time, and he is bent back. That was 39.
Russing and Heisman making a human pretzel out of Mackey there.
Let's see where they spot the ball at the 40. They'll give him 4 on the carry then. And Thomas, 2 carries now for 8 yards. 2nd and 7 from the 40. High formation. Again, it's McFadden off the right side. Breaks a couple of tackles, but only gets to the 42 before being shut down. Wagner
and Grussing helping out on the play.
Wagner and Grusing bringing him down after a 2-yard gain. And it becomes 3rd and 5.
Good ball reaction once McFadden's breaking the line of scrimmage. Linebackers are making good reads, and they're giving good support, good sure tackling. McFadden is hard to bring down one-on-one. Sometimes you need 2 or more tacklers. And that's what Jefferson's been doing, ball hawking very well.
Call it 3rd and 4 now. As Schwand out to the far side. Anderson in motion to the near side. High formation, and Kapsner on a play action. Here comes the rush. He runs. He's at the 45, and he has the 1st down as he is upended near the 48-yard line, and that'll give the Eagles a very much needed 1st down to keep the drive going.
Big Jason Kapsner runs a 4.7 40, can throw the ball 70 yards. Big presence. They're getting outside. Vaulting over a would-be tackler for the first down. Big one for Eden Prairie to keep this drive alive. Still trailed by 2 touchdowns. They know they need some points here in this quarter to give themselves a good shot. Jefferson's defense, well publicized to be one of the toughest. And they've got quite a task at hand to get back in this one.
Eagles on their own 48, first down, and now Anderson goes in motion to the far side. Quick hitter to Mackey, and he gets across the 50 inside Jaguar territory, picks up about 3. And getting off the bottom of the pile for Jefferson, looks like it's Wagner again. Make that, check that. I think it's number 49 it is, that's Richards. 3-yard gain for Mackey, 2nd and 7.
Just running to the fullback in the middle, trying to get some softening in the middle there on first down, picking up, giving him 4 yards. Mackey now 5 for 24, 2nd and 6, just inside the 50.
Toss to McFadden right side, and he slips and he is dropped. The play wasn't there anyway, though, as Jefferson had it covered pretty well. But officially making the stop for the Jaguars is Maxwell. Looks like they'll give him a yard. It becomes 3rd and 6 from the 48.
Good run support by the secondary. Maxwell coming up once the pitch was made, and he got past the good block from the offensive tackle. They're running more off tackle to the outside now, trying to get McFadden to open yardage that way. That time it didn't work, though. 3rd down and 6 from the 48-yard line.
Anderson in the slot. Now he's in motion to the near side on 3rd and 6. And Kapsner play action. He's rushed. He throws, and it is nearly intercepted again as it's tipped off of Lovis. Bryans was almost there to catch the deflection, and it's 4th and 6. And
I think
this will be an interesting call.
Yeah, tough one, but I think they will go for it here. It's good pressure up the middle. You see Johansson on a stunt at time, and he was unblocked. Wagner almost coming up with the interception after Lovis tipped the ball. It was a little strong as the dictating rush made that pass go high. 4th down and 6. See what Eden Prairie throws at him now.
How many times have we called that tonight, too? Almost intercepted.
At least 3 or 4 times.
At least 3 or 4 times, yep. They've had 2 of them go in and out of the hands. Legitimate pickoffs.
Keith Thompson had one that he would have gone a ways on, maybe, on the sideline here nearest to us.
Tia had one on a bomb that went through his hands. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 6. Big play here for Eden Prairie. 3 receivers set, 1 back. Mackey the lone back. Kapsner back, fires over the middle, and it is
caught.
It is caught by Anderson at the 39-yard line, and that'll keep the Eagles' drive alive with 3:17 to go in the 3rd. Gain on the play of, I believe, 8 yards. Make it, I'll give him a 10-yard gain at the 38-yard line.
Anderson's the big go-to guy on these situations. Came up with a couple big catches in the first half. Just a little slant in. Wagner getting there just a little late, thinking he should have made the play. Couldn't get there.
And the give to Mackey, I believe. Pick up a 4 and 2nd and 6.
Kapsner coming in with the play now as Eden Prairie making a run here in the 3rd quarter. Cut the lead to 7.
Anderson near side again, strong left set. Backs are split. Kapsner on a play action. Fires, and it is caught by Anderson at the 25-yard line. Well, he's a good athlete, a good receiver. Anderson catches everything thrown his way. And the gain on the play was good for 13 yards. Another Eden Prairie first down. Anderson now 4 catches for 52 yards. Kapsner with that completion has gone over the 100-yard mark.
See, just a good sideline route. Kapsner looking one way, throwing the other. Good veteran play there. Not telegraphing what the pattern was. Another first down for Eden Prairie.
12th play of the drive coming up here. Started from the 20-yard line. They've reached the Jaguar 25. McFadden has a seam. McFadden the 20. Tripped up at the 18-yard line. Picks up 7 yards before being brought down by Johansson and Christopher. And it becomes 2nd and 3.
McFadden now over 40 yards as he's getting it here and there and picking up the big yardage they need in this drive. He's finding some success running wide left. They've used that play pretty successfully here in this drive. 7 yards on the play, 2nd and 3 from the 18.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Anderson way wide to the right side. McFadden up the middle. Very close to the first down as he is near the 15-yard line. And we have an official timeout for a measurement. And that is a first down.
McFadden off guard, had enough room to get by Adam Heisman, spinning for the first down. Eden Prairie just about evening things up here on first downs, and they're trying to even the score on the most important indicator of the scoreboard, where they're down 28-14.
Backs are split. Anderson to the left side. Kapsner on a play action. Fires to the end zone and is tipped and incomplete. Good coverage by, I believe it was Thompson in the corner as he had literally cornered Anderson at the back flag. Pass was incomplete at 2nd and 10.
Well, it's obvious that the primary target is number 4, Tom Anderson, in this half, and Thompson there with good coverage, batting the ball away, not allowing Kapsner to get his 2nd touchdown pass of the evening.
2nd and 10, and Kapsner again, play action. The rush is on. He breaks a tackle. Kapsner to the 10. Make it the 11-yard line as he's brought down on a good play by the Jefferson defense. Tom Erickson making a stop at the gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 6.
Just missing the sack, unfortunately, was number 35, Jason Christopher. Kapsner got him in the air. He eluded him on the rush and got outside for 4 yards. You see, he made the cardinal sin of leaving his feet. Jason Christopher there, and Kapsner just went under him and around him for 4 yards.
Under a minute to go in the third. 3rd and 6. Dual back split set now. Strong left as Kapsner will roll to the right. He's looking, he looks. He's being chased by Heisman. Now he turns it inside. He is, I believe, short of the first down. Well, maybe he is there. He's very close. He needed the 5-yard line. He will be short by about a yard, and it's 4th down.
See Kapsner setting up for a pass if it's there, and if it wasn't there, he wanted the blocking setup to give himself some room to try to pick up the first down. Just a little short. 4th and 1 at the 6.
17th play of the drive here on 4th and 1 from the 6. Should be the last play of the quarter. Kapsner gives to McFadden. And
tight,
I don't know if he
tight.
got it.
Depends where they mark it.
I don't know if he's there.
Depends on where they mark it. Didn't have much forward progress. Let's see how much they allow him there.
Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to call a timeout to measure, but I don't know if he got it. He looks like he's short.
He didn't get much as the middle was really clogged, and they didn't let him surge forward much at all.
And it is... Oh, they just got it by the nose of the ball. That will bring the third quarter to an end. So Eden Prairie converts the 4th down by the nose of the ball. And we'll switch ends and head to the 4th as the Eagles keep their drive going. Jefferson leads at 28-14. You're watching Jaguar football on BEC Television, the station of champions. Ready to start the 4th quarter of play. We are at Eden Prairie Stadium along with Darryl Sellers. Mark Schultz with you from the 50-yard line. Actually, we're on the 45. but pretty good seats nonetheless for this Section 6 AA final between the top-ranked Eden Prairie Eagles and the 9th-ranked Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. First and goal, 5-yard line. Give to McFadden. McFadden has the end zone. Well, that 5-yard run caps off an 18-play drive as we see the replay there. McFadden going in off the right side. That was a long drive.
That ball forever. It's important that they converted on it, though.
And we mentioned at halftime, too, that the next score had to come from Eden Prairie to stay in the game, and they were able to do that as the point after is good by Schiesel. And we got 12 minutes of probably the best football in the state coming right at you here. Jefferson now starting to lose some of the momentum as Eden Prairie down 28-7 at one time has scored 14 unanswered. Although the Jaguars had a touchdown called back and a penalty, and ironically,
that was
Eden
a big
Prairie
play.
has yet to have a penalty called on it in this game.
Yes, that was a big play. That called back touchdown of Kenyatta Bolden's, as you see the extra point made. And that might be something that turns the tide enough so the team, maybe with the possession last, might have a chance to win this game. This game is now a 7-point game, a game of runs. Eden Prairie the first touchdown, Jefferson the next 4, Eden Prairie the next 2. Jefferson's offense has got to get going again as Eden Prairie is really riding quite a wave of momentum here going into the fourth quarter.
Bolden on the left, Grimes on the right as Schiesel will get it in the air. This one's a little shorter, and it'll be Grimes at the 3. Grimes now to the 15. Grimes now to the 20. Picks up the right sideline. 30. Still on his feet to 35.
There's that ball,
still
Grimes.
on his feet to the 40. Caught the 41-yard line, and that's where the Jaguars will start their possession here as they start the fourth quarter from their own 41.
Well, that's just another facet that Grimes adds to Jefferson's totals. Picking up a 38-yard return, 2 touchdowns, good receiving yardage, good rushing yardage, all-purpose yards. He's well over 200. He'll be going on 300 maybe, but most important thing now is for Jefferson to get going again offensively.
Crowd now really getting into this one, chanting for some defense as Hoffert now will give to Grimes. Grimes turns it inside, and he only gets about a couple of yards as it's shut down pretty well by the Eden Prairie defense. In fact, they'll only give him a yard. And they'll give him 2. Okay, call it the 43 and 2nd and 8.
Eden Prairie bringing their nose guard and linebacker that time. Stunned in a blitz, tying up Grimes, not letting him get outside. It's one of the best runs they've had at that play.
Gibbs to the right side. He the lone back. Bolden with the carry. Kenyatta hits the 45, and that's going to be it as he is dragged down. Making the stop for the Eagles, number 31, that's Nate Walsh. Walsh, the linebacker, the senior, makes the stop, and it'll become 3rd and about 7 to go.
Nate Walsh and Jared Albers, that time fighting off blocks. They were really outmanned facing the pulling guard and tackle, but they fought through. Look at that fighting through the block of Brussing there by Albers to help out on the tackle. Eden Prairie doing what they have to do. They know they got to stop these counter plays. They're going to have a chance to get the ball back.
Big play here for the Jaguars. Strong right, 10-20 to go in the game. Grimes in motion to the far side. Hoffer takes the snap, straight drop, fires out to Grimes. Got him, and it's a first down at the Jefferson, at the Eden Prairie 45-yard line. In fact, they're going to spot it even deeper than that and give him the 42. Big 3rd down conversion. Hoffer to Grimes. Good for 13 yards and a first down.
Once again, he looks for Grimes. Doug Hoffer does, as he has on many occasions all season. He threw the touchdown to him against Eden Prairie for their only score, first game of the season. That time he finds him on the outside. Grimes there on a flare pattern for the first down.
Spotted at the 42. And this will be Bolden. Strips one tackle. Can't break another, though. And he is dropped actually for a loss of about 3 back to the 45-yard line. And Kenyatta having a tough time getting it going now. 9 carries unofficially for 33 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and long.
Stunning in was number 51, Joe Guevara, again helping out to push that play deep. Then had some support once Bolden had to try to break it further outside. Eden Prairie playing the run a lot tougher the last series. 2nd down and 13 from the 45.
Strong right, Gibbs in motion to the right side as the counter to Grimes, and he is dropped in the backfield. Getting in there to annihilate that play was Brian Mackey. Mackey drops Bolden for 2 more yards, and it's now 3rd and 15.
Up front now, Eden Prairie taking control as the line of scrimmage was dominated up until this latter part of the 3rd quarter and early 4th quarter. Now Eden Prairie with the intensity, and they're taking control of the line of scrimmage, forcing Jefferson to throw the ball.
And another 3rd down situation. They need 15 here as Gibbs goes in motion to the far side. 8:50 to go, and what do we got here? We got a timeout
as
being
Gibbs
called.
helped throw that play off.
Jefferson will take their first timeout here in the 2nd half. Probably pretty smart to do that. Didn't look like they had it all quite together.
Gibbs was trying to run in motion. Play probably going to his side, and they weren't set up for it. So they called the timeout, which was smart by Hofford.
And as we look out here across the field onto the Jefferson side, you can see fans outside the fence sitting on the hilltop, looking down in.
Expected maybe 5,000 or so.
Stadium capacity is about 5,500, and I'm sure they're all, every seat's filled here.
You even see people up on the hill on the far side from our booth here. People standing and sitting looking at this game. They're all around to Eden Prairie to watch one of the exciting matchups. I'm sure there'll be a lot of coverage shown on the news for this one. A lot of writers here and a lot of the TV stations locally following the action.
Don't forget the winner of this game will be the home team against the winner of the Cretin-Durham Hall Mounds View game. 8:48 to go, 4th quarter, 3rd and 15. Jefferson at the Eden Prairie 47. Wings it up, T of the lone back, Gibbs wide to the right side as Bolden is in motion. Hofford is back, the blitz is on, the screen is complete, but it's not going to get a whole lot as T is upended at the 45-yard line, and making the hit was Steneman. And Hawk is hurt, and he is down. And the play actually gained about 3 yards.
Hit right on the knees. Let's look. The replay as Tia caught the ball. Steneman came in and knifed him on the left knee.
Got him right on the knee.
And that's a helmet to knee. You see that happen. Those sometimes can cause certain injuries to the knee where you might not be able to come back, all depending on the severity of the hit and how well the knee withholds that.
He's working on his knee, and we certainly hope he's going to be okay. Steneman just upended him. Eden Prairie actually read the play pretty well.
And they made some adjustments here in the 2nd half. The first series, Jefferson ran the ball really well. Fortunately, a holding penalty nullified a touchdown, but they've slowly but surely taken away some of the things that Jefferson did well in the first half, not only with the counter plays running outside, but that screen play. They really telegraphed defensively well.
Shot of the crowd you see there. Temperature getting down to about 30 degrees now. Expected to be the overnight low. Skies are clear. And at least we are spared the rain or /snow.
Yes, we have been spared that or any brisk winds. Pretty calm wind-wise, fortunately. Though it is rather nippy nonetheless. But we're Minnesotans and we can handle it. We've seen worse. We'll be praying for this weather in a month or so.
We'd be out here with no clothes on if it were illegal. now struggling to get up.
Both sides doing the traditional, seeing who has the more spirit. Both sides, of course, claiming victory, as usually is the case. But sure, the most important thing for both sides is who ends up on the scoreboard with the most points.
Well, he's off the field. At least he's walking off, but the way that leg is, I would definitely say he's done for the night.
Yeah, I think especially with the cold conditions.
Oh, yeah, that thing's going to stiffen up in a hurry, depending on what's wrong with it. But okay, Bolden now will be on the punt for the third time tonight. And again, back to receive it. It's Hahn on the right. Bolden gets it away. Good high kick by Kenyatta. They call for the fair catch, and it is made by Sutera. And the Eagles will take over on their own 13-yard line with 8:21 to go.
Jason Kapsner not having to throw much on the season. Coach Mike Grant liking to have him barely in double digits, if at all, in that area. Has already thrown the ball 20 times, completing half of them for over 100 yards.
Play action by Kapsner, long down the near side. Oh, and Anderson a little far for him. Covered again pretty well by Thompson. Anderson might have gotten a step on him, but Kapsner again showing how great of an arm he has through everybody.
Yes, he went with the deep right side post pattern that time. As Anderson showing good speed, breaking away from Thompson on the latter part of the pattern. Pass just a little strong. As we mentioned before, Kapsner practices throwing the ball up to 70 yards so he can air it out.
And this will be McFadden off the left side, and McFadden is wrapped up after about a 4-yard gain. Gets out across the 15 to the 17-yard line for a pickup of 4. And it becomes 3rd and 6.
McFadden now 23 for 56. And the touchdown to put Eden Prairie within 7 with just under 8 minutes to go. Another big third down situation as you see the play there. Eden Prairie doing really good on fourth down conversions, 3 of 4. If they don't convert here, I would think that they would punt though.
3rd and 6 from the 17. Schwann to the far side. Now Mackey in motion to the near side. It's a toss to McFadden. McFadden has the first down. Breaks a couple of tackles as he gets out to the 29-yard line. And Christopher making the last stop, or McFadden would have broke that one. As it is, he picks up a 12-yard gain and gives the Eagles another first down. That was spotted at the 29.
A runner like McFadden, sometimes his effectiveness can be measured in the fourth quarter. He didn't see that many carries or any positive yardage, but now he has the fresh legs, and with that load, he's tough to bring down. He's really picking it up here in the fourth.
McFadden off the right side, breaks one tackle, and he gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play, and yeah, you're right, Daryl. He's starting to get about 5, 6, 7 yards of crack, and generally a sign that the defense is starting to wear down a little bit. Offense is getting some momentum.
Listen, they've had the ball a brunt of this half. Jefferson's defense not having to be on the field as much in the first half, now are seeing themselves out there quite a bit.
Counter to McFadden, and he gets across the 35 up to the 39, just shy of the 40 where he needed to go for the first down. I don't believe he has the first down. Tried the inside counter, and it kind of developed a little funny. And they'll take a time out here to measure, but I don't think he has it.
It'll be a third and very short, it does look like. Less than a yard. McFadden pushing the 80-yard mark. Oh, they will mark it a first down.
And another first down by the nose of the ball.
Eden Prairie is actually taking the lead in first downs now, with their second half offense coming alive and shielding Jefferson's offense from any advancement.
And again, it's McFadden off the right side. Forget it. He gets about a yard, and that's going to be it as the left side of the Jaguar defense collapses on the play.
Erickson helping him out. Heisman is at the bottom. He made the initial hit.
Give him a yard, and it becomes 2nd and 9. That carry now, McFadden has hit the 80-yard mark. And he's done it in 27 carries. Has a touchdown. Jaguars have, for the most part, kept him in check. Eden Prairie has converted some very timely 3rd down and some 4th downs,
yes.
and I keep going back to that 4th down measurement where they made it by the nose of the ball.
Yeah, that was the inch or two that gave them life to keep their season alive, because I believe if they had not scored on that possession, things would have looked just a little more bleak for them.
From the 41-yard line, 2nd and 9 as Kapsner on a play. Oh, now they give it to McFadden. He breaks one tackle to the 45. McFadden the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Still on his feet as he's down at the 19-yard line.
Well, there's the big run that McFadden's a threat to provide anytime he touches the ball. We've seen signs of it, but now...
Oh, we got a flag on the play, though. We're going to bring this one all the way back.
It's coming back.
All the way back.
Well, that highlights just nothing more than a highlight.
He has finally had a penalty flag thrown on him tonight.
Yes, and at a critical time, too.
At their first penalty of the night.
At a critical time.
And let's see what the infraction is here. Could be a hold or an offside, I would imagine. Probably a hold. And it's a big one. It's 10 yards.
Plus the run, it's more like a 50-yard penalty, really.
Yep.
So wipe out the long run, just like Bolden's touchdown run was nullified.
That's right.
Just a long run that doesn't even count.
So now that'll create a 2nd and nearly 20 to go. Split backfield. Kapsner on a play action. Looking to run. He's tripped up. He is dropped at the 34. Picks up about 5. He was tripped up initially by Christopher. Heisman had some help finishing him off, so did Erickson. And that'll set up a 3rd down and about 16 to go. So we'll give him 4 yards on the carry.
Kapsner only getting 4 yards, almost escaping the rush to get positive yardage. It would have cut down the situation very considerably, but the big 3rd down play now with 4:45 left, 3rd and 15.
Big 3rd down play, under 5 minutes to go now. McFadden in motion to the far side as Kapsner is back. Straight drop, here comes the rush. Fires the screen to Mackey. Mackey to the 40, breaks a tackle, and he's dropped at the 43. And
coming
bring
back.
A 4th down and about 6 to go.
Christopher with the big
we've
catch.
got a flag in the backfield, and I do not believe that they're going to call a personal foul on that. And they sure are. Raleigh Logan will be called for the late hit. And that will give Eden Prairie the 1st down. And they probably would have punted.
Yeah, that is a big one. Back-to-back penalties. This one helping Eden Prairie. Logan must have gotten there just a little late following the screen. Kind of a tight call, but they protect the quarterbacks at every level.
That'll give the Eagles a 1st down now to Jefferson, 42. Clock on the move, 4:25 to go. Anderson slot to the left, Schwant way wide to the left. McFadden in motion as Kapsner will give to Mackey on a quick hitter, and he gets to the 40, maybe the 39. Picks up about 3. Mackey now with 8 carries for 31 yards. And it is 2nd and a long 7 to go.
Shuttling the play once again is Eden Prairie is keeping their drive alive, just softening up the middle.
Strong right this time, and it'll be McFadden off the right side. He breaks one tackle, gets inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down. He'll need about 2 yards to go on third down. He picks up 6 on the play.
86 yards on 28 carries. McFadden getting the blocking and breaking tackles and leaping over tacklers to get the yardage. Anything that the team needs to gain success, he's doing it here. He's doing it all in the fourth quarter.
Double tight end set now on third and about 2. It'll be McFadden up the middle, and he has the first down as he leans forward to the 31-yard line. That'll stop the clock with just under 3 minutes to go. McFadden with the 3-yard carry now. 89 yards.
Getting down to crunch time.
Slowly making their way downfield.
You see McFadden get the first down there.
12th play of the drive now from the Jefferson 31. Anderson to the left side. McFadden to the right side. And he is pushed out of bounds. He might have got to the 30, and that would be about it. As they shut down the short side of the field pretty well. Give him a yard at 2nd and 9.
Key to McFadden's success, not only being able to break tackles, he's getting better blocking at the line of scrimmage as Jefferson's not getting the pursuit they were getting with Heisman helping to clog up the middle and let the linebackers support, giving him good superior blocking in the first couple blocks, giving him that edge.
Same formation now on 2nd and 9. Kapsner on a play action. Rolls to the left side. Wants to throw. Now he is forced out at about the 29.
He got inside. He didn't go out of bounds at that point.
Looks like he turned it up tightrope the sideline. I can't believe they're going to spot it at 20. Oh, he got way up into the first down marker. I'm surprised. They'll give him the 23-yard line. Actually, they give him the 22, so it's 3rd and 2 from the 22.
Yes, he tight-roped the sidelines, just getting away from Grussing and able to squeeze out a few more yards. Wagner had to shoulder him out or he would have gotten the first down.
3rd and 2 from the 22-yard line, and the give. Oh, Kapsner will keep now. He wants to throw. Now he's going to run to the 20. Brought down to the 16-yard line. That'll be good for another Eden Prairie first down. There's 2:28 to go in the game. And Eden Prairie they've had the ball the whole second half.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like Jefferson's hardly touched the ball, especially following that callback touchdown. Kapsner now 38 yards. You see him there, the veteran quarterback. Started off as a sophomore. He came up with a big carry there for 7 yards and another first down.
Just outside the 15, I formation. McFadden off the right side. McFadden turns it inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Near a first down as he is out of bounds. Looks like he'll be a little bit shy. And now we've got, an official timeout for a measurement.
McFadden almost at the 100-yard mark. More importantly, Eden Prairie over 2 minutes left, going in for the tying scores. They've taken over the second half, showing why they've been ranked number 1, making a run. They could have given in after going down 28-7 mark, but they've come back very, very strongly here in the second half on both sides of the ball. And they've taken away a lot of Jefferson's offensive attack. Now, offensively, they've established McFadden. They've also had some timely passing to Lovis and Anderson by Kapsner, and Kapsner also showing he can beat you, also running it.
16th play of the drive. On the Jefferson 6, 2nd and 1. Eden Prairie on the verge of scoring 21 unanswered points, 2:11 to go in the game. Backs are split. Mackey in motion. McFadden right side. McFadden to the 5. McFadden is stopped. He has the first down though as he gets to the 3. And that'll make it a 1st and goal.
Eden Prairie now with 20 first downs to 14 for Jefferson. That total was slanted totally in Jefferson's favor in the first half. So McFadden once again getting that good block. He's able to pick his hole. He wasn't able to do that in the first half. as he was struggling to try to get to the line of scrimmage. Now he's finding the first couple yards free. Then he can just run and steamroll ahead.
First and goal from the 3. 2 minutes to go. And the give to McFadden, and he's into the end zone.
Let's look at it from the end zone shot. Leroy McFadden, second touchdown over the 100-yard mark. It's Eden Prairie down by 1, a conversion away from making a big 21-point comeback.
And Sheasel will attempt the point after to tie the game. Snap is down, the kick is away, and it's right down the middle. And Eden Prairie has capped a 21-point comeback. And with 1:53 to go in the game, let's see what kind of 2-minute offense Jefferson has going here. It's been a while since they've scored, though. They've had a drought. Last time they scored was the 30-yard touchdown pass from Hoffer to Grimes. That was back in the second quarter. I mean, they had a touchdown, but it was taken away by a penalty.
21-play drive by Eden Prairie, capped off by Leroy McFadden's second touchdown.
16-play drive, 87 yards. And, of course, greatly aided by the roughing the passer. That's not Raleigh Logan, by the way, that was on. It's Nick Tetner.
Nick Tetner, who's been the rushing specialist.
Would have created a 4th and 6 in a probable punting situation for Eden Prairie.
So 2 penalties have changed the fortunes of Jefferson so far to give Eden Prairie a shot. The holding penalty that brought back Bolden's touchdown and the roughing the passer penalty on Tetner that gave Eden Prairie life to keep this drive alive that tied the score.
Nick Denon is in the game on the left side, Bolden on the right, as Sheasel will kick it away, and it's high, and it is going to be rolling into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the Jaguars, with 1:52 to go, see if they can get the offense cranked up here. They've been pretty quiet for a while. If they ever needed to put together some first downs here and get a field goal, this would be it.
I was just going to mention Mike Maxwell had a big field goal. It was the difference in the win over Edina. 28-yard. He's had some big ones. They might need his leg here late.
Everybody's on their feet in this stadium now. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Give to the near side. Grimes in motion. Grimes on the carry. Grimes to the 25. Gets across the 25 out to the 28-yard line. Picks up 8 on the play, and it's 2nd and 2. Grimes, terrific game. 16 carries, 130 yards. It's rushed for a touchdown. Clock on the move, 1:30 to go. From the 28-yard line, it's 2nd and 2. Grimes again in motion. Hoffert will give to him, and Brandt has the first down, and he is drilled out of bounds.
He gets out of bounds. That is the key.
And putting the stick on him for Eden Prairie was Sutera, along with Azizi. But it's a gain of 4 and a Jaguar first down.
It's their first down in some time. They haven't had much ball possession. I'd say the ball possession about 80-20 percentage-wise in this half favoring Eden Prairie, and that's helped vault them into this game where we are deadlocked. 1:15 to go.
From the 32-yard line, Gibbs in the slot to the near side. Bolden in motion. Hoffert now. Play action pass. Fires over the middle. Is caught by Sinclair at the 40. Brought down at the 42-yard line. Just shy of the first down, though. We picked up about 9. In fact, they'll call a timeout to take a measurement. That's how close he is.
Let's remember Jefferson used a timeout earlier that might come into play.
Let's take that. Looks like they just called this second.
Just one left as Matt Gibbs running in motion late on a play forced Hoffert to exhaust the timeout earlier. Hoffert standing in well. Sinclair, who's had some big receptions, Really been one of the big targets the last few games of the season. That's his first reception on the night. I think he'll be a little bit short, but I was wrong before. Let's see if I'm right on this one. No, he is a little short, about a half a yard.
.104 to go. Jefferson on their own, 42 on a 2nd and 1, and they're going to probably need to get into Maxwell's range to about the, on a night like this, the 15.
20-ish.
Yeah,
maybe.
35-yarder I think would be the maximum for Mike, especially on a night like this.
Yes, he's had a 28-yarder to help Jefferson win over Edina, had a 20-yarder to help Jefferson beat Egan. He hasn't really been tested much further than that.
That was Sinclair's first grab of the night. 2nd and 1, 42-yard line. I formation this time. First time we've seen that tonight. Grimes in the slot to the right. Toss to Bolden. End around to Grimes. Back to Hofford. Long down for Sinclair. And he's got him at the 20. Sinclair to the 10-yard line. And he's pulled out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And it's first and goal with 52 seconds to go. Oh, that's too bad.
Who?
Oh, yes. Nice flea flicker back to Hofford. Completed it to Sinclair. And the gain on the play of 53 yards.
That's the biggest catch of Sinclair's career. If they use a little trickery, they've used a lot of option pass with Grimes. That time, pitch it back from Grimes to Hofford, and Sinclair running freely in the middle of the seam of the zone.
Yep, they all bid on it.
They all bid on it.
Nobody was
Perfect
home.
call. Coach Shea out of his bag of tricks comes up with one that really could put them over the top into the next round.
Beautiful call.
And it was really key to do that there, as Eden Prairie has been pinching in with their linebackers, and they've been blitzing on a lot of occasions. And they were primed for that type of play. Shea picked the right time to call it, and it was successful at a prime moment with 52 seconds left. Down at the Eden Prairie 6-yard line, they'll mark it.
52-yard gain on the play, and Hofford, nobody has seemed to notice this. I just kind of noticed it now. He's really having a great night. He's 9 out of 10 for 188 yards. Sinclair with his second catch now is 2 for 61. And they're on the 6-yard line. 52 seconds to go. They are out of timeouts, but they've got 4 plays to work with. And it's right there for them.
Right there for them. A field goal at the worst if they can hold on to the ball. Let's see how they play this one out.
Christopher, the lone back. Double tight end set. And it'll be Grimes. Grimes to the 5. Grimes.
He's in.
He
Or
is.
is he close? He's close.
He's close.
Just
He's got
short.
the 1. Clock on the move. 42 seconds to go. Grimes with a 5-yard carry. 18 carries for 139 yards. And Jefferson now will let the clock run. They can't stop it anyway. 20 seconds to go. And a give by Hofford, and
Don't
he
think he made it.
is. Stop. Let's see here.
They're going to have to hurry.
Yeah, they
'cause I
better
don't
line
think
it up.
19-18 ticking away.
And what are they going to do now? You almost want to whip it into the ground now.
They're bringing in players and shuttling players
Just
off.
throw it into the ground. They got 7 seconds left. Grimes. He throws it, and he stops the clock with 1 second to go.
Woo!
And they got a flag.
I wonder if they were set.
That'll cost them 5 yards, but
They probably
I
weren't
don't
set.
think that'll bother them a whole lot.
They probably weren't set at the line of scrimmage.
That'll cost them 5 yards. All grounding. All right, well, it's
All
down,
grounding,
so it's
okay.
4th down anyway. And Mike Maxwell
It's up to Max.
will come on now to see where they spot this one. Well, they got a little disorganized there at the end. Let's see if it costs them or not.
Let's see if the time management, lack thereof.
So they'll spot it at the 11. It'll be kicked at the 17. It'll be a 27-yard attempt.
Remember, he had a 28-yarder.
Wait a minute here. You can't. No,
Wait a minute. They can't start the clock after an incompletion.
Run the clock on that. You can't. You can't run the clock on that play.
What rule book are they using? The Eden Prairie rule book for 1994?
Just ran out the clock. Don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
Don't believe it.
I was going to speculate on it, but I don't even want to. I don't really understand that, but
My understanding, apparently since the last play, since it was a
penalty? Did that have something to do with it? I was wondering.
the previous play was a rushing play, and then they ran a penalty after that. Well, they just blew it.
Yeah,
They just blew it.
it was there for the taking. All they had to do was
They had no clock management. They on the third
None.
down. And well, we'll see what happens.
best team.
My understanding,
Will win.
I guess it's hard to make that transition. You're so used to seeing on the pro level and the college level where you can throw it away. And even if you get the grounding penalty, the clock will stop. But on the previous play, they had a rushing play. So they will flip a coin, and they will go to overtime. And let's see, now I'm not sure if they will start the 10-yard. If they start the 10-yard from the 10-yard line and try it on downs, they'll go ahead and pick it off. But
Yeah, they had
pretty
it set up.
eventful last 2
Pretty
minutes of play
eventful.
here.
The big pass to Sinclair, and they had no timeouts, but they still had time to put the ball in the end zone. The terrible clock management.
Oh, I
I don't understand
can't
what's
believe
going
that.
on down the field that last half minute.
well,
That made the best
Boy, they're
team
gonna-
win. That's all I can say.
to say the least, Jefferson's had a tough time scoring since he made it 28-7. They had a touchdown call back, and they had a golden opportunity. Oh,
It's almost an ominous sign. Don't want to put any nails in the coffin, but you let a shot like that get away, it's awful tough. It'll really test what Jefferson has left, and a lot of it depends on who gets the ball first also.
they're doing the flip now. What a game. Jefferson will get the ball.
So much excitement in this game. I just don't know how much I can withstand after that last half minute, I tell you.
Yeah, I haven't seen an ending like this one in quite a while. Well, they had it. It was right there.
There's
First
the
and
taking.
goal on the 6, and they got nothing out of it.
Is that a case where they do get it on the 10? Is that the way it works?
They get 4 tries, set of downs from the 10, and I believe each team.
Like the
Boy, I haven't come across this. I have
I've never
forgotten
seen this.
exactly
Yeah, I
how this
forgot about
works.
this too. Kind of like the football version of what you see in like soccer. They have the shootout.
That's about what it's like. Yep.
More or less the same deal here.
You get 4 downs to work with from the 10. I believe each team does that. And one team will get a chance to score, and if they do, then the other team gets a try. And so they're in the 10. They get 4 cracks. Gibbs to the near side. Each team will get a set of downs from the 10. Grimes in motion. Grimes gets the carry. Grimes trying to get to the outside, and he is actually dropped for a 2-yard loss. Back at the 12. make it a second and goal from the 12, and it's right in front of us.
Someone's shielding
Someone's
themselves.
already getting an early start on bedtime.
Yeah. It's not enough excitement for him.
Ball on the 12-yard line, second down. Gibbs out wide to the far side against Albert. Let's see if they go that way. Bolden in motion, offered on a play action, looking to throw. Does, caught by Christopher. He's out at the 3-yard line. And that'll set up third down. And they'll spot it on the 4, I believe now, it looks like. Now they're going to put it right on the 5. Picks up 7 yards.
Now 10 and 12 for 198. Big third down play, the biggest one of the game.
Strong left this time. Grimes on an option. Back the other way to Hofford for the touchdown. Beautiful. For the touchdown.
Just over the outstretched arms of number 38, Matt Morenweiser. That ball thrown where it had to be. He had pretty good coverage there, but couldn't get back far enough to get that one.
And if that play looks familiar to Eden Prairie fans, it should, because they pulled it last week. Maxwell on for the point after. The snap and the place and the kick is over and inside the post. So Jefferson has made good on their opportunity. Eden Prairie will get 4 cracks from the 10-yard line. And if they fail to score, Jefferson will win the game.
Woo, boy, here we go. Let the game begin. Fasten your seatbelts. You're on a ride here that just never seems to stop in this one. And the first punt, Jeff Hahn returned from a touchdown to that pass to Sinclair. To overtime, it's just one thrill after another.
Well, we've gotten the score in. Breton Hall has gone ahead of Mounds View, 41-28 in the fourth. If I understood that score right from the stadium announcer. So the Eagles now will get their 4 tries from the 10.
Here we go.
So they'll come out in an I formation. Anderson to the near side. And it'll be McFadden. McFadden to the right side. McFadden is dropped for a 5-yard loss.
Richard slowed him down. Grimes finished him off.
5-yard loss for McFadden. It'll be second and goal. Nice penetration by the left side of that Jaguar defense, but we can catch the replay.
Yeah, that time they got the pursuit. That's what they've been doing in the first half. Don't let McFadden square his shoulders, and then you have a chance to push him sideways, and it's easier to bring him down. That's what happened there.
15 yards to go on second down. 3-back set. Kapsner, play action pass. Here comes the rush. Fire to the corner, it's incomplete. Great coverage over there. Over on Anderson.
That was Thompson again. They've been testing Keith Thompson. He's held his own very well. Third down.
Third down from the 15. Nobody is sitting down now. Well,
one person in front of him.
lying down.
She's lying down. That doesn't count.
Everyone else is on their feet. Third try from the 15. Same formation. Schwant now to the far side. Kapsner again on a play action. To the near side, Anderson. Anderson to the 10. Anderson is out of bounds at
About
the
the 2.
2 or 3 yard line. And that'll set up one last try for him from the, where are they going to call it, the 3? 3 yard line.
Inside the 3.
2.5. Well, doesn't get a whole lot closer than this, does it?
No, it doesn't. 'Cause that was a big play to get them closer to the goal line. It's been tough on 4th and 15 or thereabouts. Now I wonder if the money man, big number 28, will be the guy that sees the ball, or they fake, go to Kapsner, or they go to Anderson.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see. They've got a few choices.
I would imagine that we'll probably see a rollout here with an option of a run or a pass, and now they're going to take a timeout to talk about it. So Eden Prairie will call a timeout. Jefferson is 6 feet away from advancing to the next round. We get much more dramatic than this, but the only way they could top is if Eden Prairie gets a touchdown and tries a 2-pointer.
The way these teams have played the last 2 games, 7 points separating them in the 2 games. Each team winning 1. I guess we should have expected something like this. I didn't expect anything quite in this fashion, but it was touted to be one of the better games of the year, and it has lived up to that expectation and then some tonight. Quick numbers, Leroy McFadden has his 100 yards, his 2 touchdowns. A lot of that in the second half. Top ball carrier of the game, though, is Brand Grimes. He has 3 touchdowns. Over 100 yards rushing, over 100 yards receiving. And he also has some return yardage. Just under 300 yards all purpose. And also 5 yards passing, the touchdown to Hoffert to put Jefferson ahead. See if they stay ahead.
Triple back set now on 4th down. Kapsner will fake. He'll throw. Touchdown.
The pass to Brandon Mackey. Had a feeling they might run some type of play action there. They did. Kapsner goes for a second touchdown.
Now the Eagles will try their point after trying to tie the game. As Sheasel will attempt it again. The snap is down and the kick is no good!
No good!
No good!
No good! It's over! It's over!
It is O-V-E-R. Jefferson has won 35-34. Sheasel, who has kicked them about 60 yards tonight, blows the extra point, and the Jaguars advance to the 1994 State High School Football Tournament.
Well, that snap, with all fairness to Scheisel, the snap wasn't handled cleanly. It took the holder an extra second to get it down. I'm sure that's what threw the kickoff. But nonetheless, Jefferson fans don't care anything about that. Their team has finally gotten past that hurdle to get to the state sectionals, the quarterfinals. They'll be back at home.
Yeah, and we're going home. We're going back to Bloomington.
But Eden Prairie's had a great season, though. Let's give them a lot of credit.
What can you say about this football program? We mentioned at the start, just over 3 years ago, this program was at rock bottom. Mike Grant comes in from Forest Lake, where he was very successful there, immediately gave the program credibility, and in less than 3 years put them on top of the polls in the state on the AA level. And what a magnificent season for the Eagles. And what can you say? Okay, 35-34, the final for Jefferson. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll start the post-game wrap. You've been watching Jaguar football on BEC Television, the station of champions.
Statistics show that 46% of all kids who smoke marijuana are inner city youth. Guess who the other 54% are? Call for a free parent's guide to drug prevention. 1-800-624-0100.
We are looking at the winning head coach here of this football game, Stan Shea, along with the winning quarterback, Doug Hoffert. Stan, first of all, I don't think it gets much closer than this, does it? 35-34 victory.
I don't know. Unbelievable game. I mean, there were so many things that happened in the last 5 minutes. We got off to a great start at the beginning, and we come out in the second half leading 28-14. We go on a nice march. We have a couple penalties that take us out of gear. Pretty soon, Eden Prairie's playing harder and harder and harder, and we're just not playing as well. They're a very, very good team. They're not number one in the state for nothing. And you go down a wire at the end here, the last 2 minutes, we make a great, great play. Hoffey throws a great flea flicker down to Aaron Sinclair. We get down to the 6, I think. Grimes goes down to the 1, and we had a play called, and Hoffey thought he'd get in on sneak and came awfully close. And as our field goal team comes on, we should be screaming. We should be hollering, so they know. Field goal, field goal, field goal. We didn't, and end up, Grimes' heads up to step up and throw the ball away. But high school football, you can't orchestrate every little event like that. It happens. It's emotional time. It's a wild time. The thing we ask our kids is play hard and play together, and we did that. And we never gave up. We've done the same thing all year. I would never be prouder of a bunch of kids than our kids right now. Tremendous win.
That kind of sums it up. Doug Hoffert, 11 out of 12, 198 yards. You threw for a couple of touchdowns as well. Just a terrific game. How do you feel?
Oh, it's great. I feel bad. I almost lost it for us, and I was ready to cry out there. But thank God the Eden Prairie kicker that he shanked it, because otherwise I would have been feeling really bad right now if we would have lost that.
Yeah, they came into the defense. You had everything going in the first half your way. You had 28 on the board by the break. What particular adjustments did Eden Prairie make defensively to be able to take it away from you in the second half?
Oh, they were running guys. We ran unbalanced, and they'd run right to where we were unbalanced at the side, and we burned them a couple times on going weak side. Then they kind of caught onto that, and we didn't really run the middle, but we didn't really need to. We were just running. We had Grimes. I've never seen a kid faster than that.
Yeah, he's really got it going in high gear now. How does it feel to be going to the state tournament?
Oh, this is unbelievable. I didn't really expect it from this year. I expected it last year, but after about the 5th game after we beat Burnsville, I thought we really had a chance to keep going. Then getting into Apple Valley, I was really nervous. And then this game, I was nervous at the beginning of each half. Otherwise, we were out there crushing them. It was nice. I've known a bunch of these. I've played baseball with them, basketball, football, all my life, and it's just great to beat them. It just really is.
Oh, it was a terrific game. It looks like you get Cretin Durham Hall next week. You get them at home, if I understood the score right. Initially, any particular thoughts at this point looking at it? It's just a couple days away before you even look at it.
Couple of thoughts. Number one, we played 3 times in Bloomington Stadium this year. We're on the road 5 times. So it'll be great for us, great for our fans to have one more game in Bloomington. We'll feel real, real good about it. And it doesn't really matter who it is. Cretin Durham Hall, I'm guessing, was favored to beat Moundsview. I haven't heard a score. But whoever it is, it won't matter. We're gonna be ready. We'll play hard, and we're excited.
41-28 was a fourth quarter score. I had heard that Cretin looked like they were going to put it away, but again, just to cap it off, you're going to the state tournament for the first time as a head coach. Any particular feelings about that?
No, it's an honor. It's an honor for our kids. This is a kid's game. It's not a coach's game, really. We love playing and we love working with the kids. The kids have earned it. They have hung in there all year. We've come from behind so many times. And I'm excited for our kids. I'm excited for every single one of them that's worked hard since last August to get ready, and it's just a great feeling. We're ready. I'm happy for our staff.
I think everybody is floating right now that's connected with this football program. Stan Shea, Doug Hoffert. Daryl will send it up to you for some final numbers, okay?
Okay, Mark. Great to see Shea finally get past the hurdles he got past this year, losing players like Dave Watson-Lade, Kiffin, and Lloyd Lee. Who would have thought this team could go further than last year? They were picked 7th by the Star and Tribune to finish in the
Lake Conference, and they end up second, and they end up getting past Burnsville in the regular season, and they finally get past Eden Prairie in the semifinals, or rather in the finals, getting past Apple Valley in the semifinals, and find themselves in the state tournament. Let me give you a quick recap of the scoring. Happened rather quickly following Jefferson's first drive. Jeff Hahn on a 68-yard punt return gave Eden Prairie a 7-0 lead, but then Jefferson would rip off 4 scores in a row. Doug Hofford on a 1-yard run, Brand Grimes on a 3-yard run. Grimes again in successive fashion, 2 passes, 34 yards and 29 yards. So Grimes scoring 3 times in a row to give Jefferson a 28-7 lead. Then one of the key drives that helped keep Eden Prairie alive was Meade's touchdown catch late in the first half, making it 28-14. There was no scoring in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter it was Leroy McFadden finally breaking the plane of the end zone on a 5-yard run to make it 28-21. In that quarter also, Jefferson had a touchdown by Kenyatta Bolden called back, and also another penalty helped McFadden get a chance to score again, kept Eden Prairie's drive alive. McFadden scoring on a 3-yard run with 1:53 left to tie the game at 28. But that wasn't the end of the excitement in the regulation period. As Coach Shea mentioned, that flea flicker pass from Grimes back to Hofford. Hofford vaulting the ball down some 40 yards. Corralling it was Aaron Sinclair and brought the ball down to near the 6-yard line. It appeared that Jefferson might pull it out in the waning moments of regulation time, but some miscommunication with the field goal team and not being able to get the ball in on the run, with Hofford sneaking it in because they didn't have any timeouts, that let Eden Prairie escape. Only momentarily, though, because in the overtime session, Doug Hofford scored on another trickery play. The option pass from Grimes to Hofford, 5-yard play, and the kick was good, and that 1 point made the difference. As Eden Prairie, they answered the bell as both teams got 4 shots to score from the 10. Eden Prairie had a chance to tie it as Mackey scored on a 5-yard pass, but the kick by Scheisel missed on a snap that kind of threw off the timing and the continuity of the kick, and that was a misfortune that it happened at that moment, but not for the Jefferson Jaguars. 35-34, very exciting game. That's 8 in a row for Jefferson. They'll go back home to possibly face Cretin-Derham Hall, and let me give you a recap of what's happened at home this year so far for the Jaguars. 22-7 over Burnsville, 10-8 over Edina in the first part of the region playoffs, and they also beat Kennedy in the homecoming 30-0, so they hope to keep their unbeaten record intact at home. Total yards, 403 for Jefferson, 298 for Eden Prairie. Grimes really has to shine as the player of the game, even though Hofford had a supreme game. Grimes did it all. 321 all-purpose yards, over 100 yards receiving, rushing, and he had 2 good kick returns also and 3 touchdowns overall. Great performance all the way around. Jefferson showing why it's really vaulted itself into being one of the top teams in the state. It's really made a run in the latter part of the season, middle of October and through November now, and they'll have a shot to go even further. Well, that's the story here from a frigid Eden Prairie Stadium here on November 4th, 1994. Our final score in the Region 6 AA Championship game, Bloomington Jefferson 35, number 1 Eden Prairie going down the chute 34. You've been listening to Bloomington Football on BEC, the station of champions.
Last year, you helped this 12-year-old get involved with a different gang of kids at a Boys and Girls Club, funded through your local United Way.
Well, this night has finally come to a close. Jefferson wins at 35-34. In overtime, very quickly, Darrell, Jefferson will be playing Cretin-Derham Hall at the stadium next week.
Yes, they'll have another home game, the 4th of the season. Hope to keep that unblemished home record alive.
We will have it, of course, for you from the stadium. As we mentioned, it'll be the last game of the year, regardless of the outcome of this game. Jefferson, for the first time under Stan Shea, makes the tournament in 9 years. Along with Daryl Sellers, I'm Mark Schultz saying so long, everybody, from Eden Prairie. The final again, Jefferson 35, Eden Prairie 34. We'll see you at the state tournament next week, folks. So long.